episode 135.
135, baby.
135 in the house. We've done a lot of it.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, let's go. Y'all ready? Ready? Are you ready? Are y'all ready? Segment. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1. And welcome everybody back to a different sports show. It's episode number 135, which means I've done 134 of these, and I'm tired, and I'm retiring. That's the episode. Nah, just kidding. But we here. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of stuff. NFL, we're getting close to the playoffs. NBA, we in the season. We doing our thing. We here for yet another episode. So why don't you guys kick it off? I'm here with Cam. I'm here with Matt. I'm Thomas Saxby. Let's just dig right in and start talking what we want to talk about. Cam, I want you to lead this episode off.
Uh-oh.
How you doing, King? What's on the top of your mind as we dig in here?
Well, man, I'm all right, man. Fabulous day, man. Another day to be above ground, man, and lovely sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be able to take in some sports, man. As for myself right now, man, like everybody in the rest of the world, it's Friday, so we got the Jake Paul MVP event going on Netflix against Anthony Joshua. So, you know, most people already know if you dial into the podcast, boxing is one of my main fortes along with the basketball here. But, man, this is going to be a circus, man. But I'm actually looking forward to see the circus kind of stop. I appreciate what Jake Paul was able to do for the non-professional / celebrity type of boxing thing.
Right.
I also appreciate what he actually has done as far as training and everything for himself. But I think that tonight, you know what I mean, he's actually going to run into a straight monster. You know what I mean?
I hope.
Literally, I think he's going to run into somebody.
I hope we don't see no. But I mean, I'm kind of expecting it to go to the judges.
That would be stupid.
Like,
This is not
and it's like you said,
I hope,
and letting me open
Depends.
up that shit is not. If that happens,
It's right.
I'm done with the MVP stuff. Like, you know what I mean? I'll watch it just because it's a spectacle, but I wouldn't actually. And it's on Netflix, so I already have a subscription. So
I'll watch it just
I'll
watch it just
you know what I mean?
about it on here, but I'm not watching it for the love of it.
not at all.
And I could tell it's a joke. Did you see the press conference earlier today, or I should say the weigh-in? And Jake Paul was screaming like, "I'm gonna come in your ass!" It's bad, bro.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to mess with his head. You know what I mean? And try to see what you know.
Because I'm gonna say if it's real, like if it's not a scripted fight, then you know he gets his ass beat. But if it goes to the judges, I think that's a clear tell to the world, you know, that it's fucking.
Because realistically, me and Ken were talking about this before you got here. The size advantage and weight advantage he had on Gervonta is the size advantage and weight advantage that Joshua has on him. But the revert, it's flipped because he's also the more skilled fighter, like Tank was. So it's like, there's no way in hell this should go the distance. Then there's no way in hell that Joshua shouldn't knock him the fuck out.
Yeah, because if it goes the distance or he gets knocked out somehow, some way, I don't think that's going to happen. But if any of those outcomes occur, then he's screwed. Like his career is done.
Yeah.
Like that's it after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, what you got, man? What's up?
Yo, I'm putting a limit on it right here. The Hawks, and more specifically, Trae Young. Given he only just came back. Last night was his first game back. So I wasn't expecting to see anything, but it was an L to the Hornets with 49 points from Jalen Johnson.
And 139 points from the Hornets or whatever.
I'm putting 10-game limit. And given they have a rough stretch of games, they go against, Raptors twice, the Knicks twice, OKC, I already said Knicks, a few other teams, I don't remember, the Bulls twice.
But it's worth saying the Knicks twice.
But I'm putting a cap. If within these 10 games the team doesn't look at least playing good, if they don't look competitive with Trae Young on the court, you gotta try to ship him out. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Jalen Johnson have been shining. They had a 13-9 record without Trae Young and a 2-4 record with Trae Young. It's small sample size, but you can go back and say, well, we've had years of sample size of Trae Young failing with this team.
Yeah.
And that one conference finals run, it's been holding weight for all these Atlanta Hawks fans and Trae Young's fans. But I'm putting a cap. 10 games, if he's not doing good with this team and the whole team doesn't look as cohesive as it did, you need to start thinking about getting rid of him.
Shout out to Javier joining the live.
Shout out Javier.
And on the whole Trae Young thing, like the Eastern Conference Finals run, that was just a weird, basketball year. That ended up with Giannis.
That was more because of Ben Simmons than because of
right. So when it comes to the Trae Young thing, it's just like teams have figured him out. You just double team him down the court, and he has to make a good pass, which he's only going to make in a double team, you're only going to make that every so often. He's not the most, elite passer as much as his assists would say otherwise. But, in situations like that, it's just you double team him. Hopefully he gets the ball out, and then it just, spins around. Hopefully he gets open. Hopefully he gets in a position. But other than that, it's kind of almost useless at this point.
And I'll take a different turn with that.
Shout out Bobby for joining live.
Yeah. In all truth, guys. Shout out Bobby. In all truth, we also got to look at the defensive part, right?
Yes.
What Dyson Daniels and those guys are able to do as a unit together.
You
know what I mean? As a unit defensively, how it also creates the offense for them, where they don't have to be predicated off of a couple of swing passes in order to get Trae Young open. That form of basketball for the Atlanta Hawks, I believe, is over.
Yeah.
I think the iteration that we're seeing right now, and again, just to go into what Matt said, if he doesn't actually gel with the form of basketball that they're playing right now, that they have been playing, it is time to go ahead and
because Quinn Snyder's been doing a job over there in Atlanta, getting these guys to play team basketball, be
plus
together. Because it's a big thing that you said.
Individually.
Yeah, at the beginning, like what you said was a cohesive, together team unit. I don't think Trae Young falls into that.
Right.
I mean, because there's players like, Steph Curry and John Morant that you could like hide on defense. It's impossible to hide Trae Young just because of exactly how. Because it's not like with Steph and John Morant, they can pick passing lanes. They can, you could switch them off easily because they're, they're very at least coherent on defense. Trae Young, it's like wherever you put him.
And with a point forward or a big point guard or anything like that, you're able to isolate him.
And that's,
you know what I mean?
LaMelo Ball was had one of his, first amazing games in a little bit. Because
the whole team had a good game. The whole team. Shout out Belby for liking a lot.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, I just want to, get the little bit of a sad subject out of the way because it does have to do with sports. So rest in peace to Greg Biffle and his family, NASCAR driver. Actually a really good dude. It's kind of weird, the way the universe works.
User 0127, shout out.
Yes, sir. It's weird how the universe works in that way. A good dude. He put in a lot of hurricane efforts, in humanitarian efforts. And then him and his family unfortunately passed away in a plane crash. He's a NASCAR legend, great dude. I know we only cover NASCAR very, 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 very lightly, but definitely rest in peace to him. He was a very, very solid dude. Never was in the media for anything bad. Just
Earl, shout out.
Took his left turns and fucking just kept going on about his life. But yeah, man. So I want you to start us off with a segment. What you got for us? Get us warm, Kane. Get us warm.
Man, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into a little bit of what we did last week, right? So we're gonna keep this going because I love the receipts thing that we're doing, right? So as it pertains to receipts, right, man, because a lot of what we do, again, like I said last week, we're ahead of the curve when it comes to a lot of our takes, a lot of our debates, as well as a lot of, what we just actually converse about, right? So as it pertains to this week, right, I want y'all to do something for me that I know is going to be a little different. As we're moving into the end of the NFL season, we got a couple games here, right?
Yes.
Right? Leaning heavy into the football, right? So I got two questions, right? So one you cool with saying on X or any platform, and one you delete if it ever leaks.
And this is for NFL, right?
These are the receipts, all right? Now listen, this time I'm actually going to give you the questions that I need you to give me receipts on. Last time I let you just give.
Just give anything.
All right,
this is good.
These are the receipts that I need from you.
Kevin's cooking.
Check it out. Now, for safe, all right, this is going to be the safe one, okay? Who's a top 10 quarterback right now in your eyes?
Like right now of all time?
Just in general, in top right now.
Yeah.
Top 10 quarterback right now.
So one that's kind of like towards the end of that list that you're confident saying is in that list.
Absolutely. There we go. You tracking.
Is it a hot take to say CJ Stroud is still there?
Okay.
Is that a hot take or is that a?
Okay. I think that's a hot take.
So I think
with him being hurt as much as he was,
I think coming into the season it might have not been as hot of a take. But currently, right now.
I just think like if you look at where the Texans are in the standings, and I get some of that has to do with Mills coming in and playing 3 really good games. But they're 9-5 right now. They're in position to make the playoffs, and they have had absolutely no offensive line all year. Which, if you want to bring up C.J. Stroud's injury concerns, I mean, he had a 3-week concussion because he got fucking ran over.
Right.
So when it comes to C.J. Stroud, the fact that they're in a position right now to actually make the playoffs with one of the worst offensive lines that I have ever seen. I think has a lot to do not only with CJ Stroud's talent, because I get he hasn't had like the craziest games all year, but it has a lot to do with his leadership.
Okay.
Keeping that offense locked in, making sure that, it seems like every game they've played this year, they've been in almost to the end. And they started off this year rough. We can't forget that either. So to keep the spirits high on the team, to be as good of a leader that he is, and I think that's most important thing about CJ Stroud. His leadership, I think, outweighs his talent, and it's really good to have, especially when you actually do have some talent.
Hey, real quick, before I get yours, hey, Belvy.
Yeah,
I see that you said you want to debate me, man. You got to put up some tape, man, to see if we could debate, man. And I got to hear some of your takes to hear where you're coming from before we even go down that lane. Matt, what
shout out Rick Soffers for joining the
word.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh shit, I'll be about to get in trouble. So I don't know. I was thinking about this because then I'm thinking about injuries and everything. Because one person I wanted to say he recently got injured.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, do I?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Daniel Jones. He was somebody I was thinking about because this season was so good.
Top 10.
Okay.
Borderline.
I would have tackled you in that chair.
Yeah, borderline. But I don't want to say him because he's hurt right now.
Okay.
Who knows how he's gonna come back?
Yes.
So I'm trying to think because this year's been so weird with injuries.
So do you want me to give you a layup real quick and give you the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL right now?
Like your opinion of what the
No,
top
just
10
through
are?
stats. Through stats. Top 10 guys. So top 10, you got Matt Stafford, Josh Allen, Drake May, Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, and Sam Darnold.
So
Bo
the
Nix.
next
Bo
person,
Nix.
the two people I had in mind were fucking Bo Nix and Sam Darnold. No, not Sam Darnold. Fucking who was the third to last guy you fucking named just now?
Patty?
Not
Darnold.
Bo Nix? Sam Darnold, Bo Nix, Jordan Love, Justin Herbert.
Herbert, that's what.
Yeah, Justin Herbert.
I kept thinking Trevor Lawrence. I'm like, not Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert.
Yeah,
So Justin Herbert and Bo Nix were in my head, other than Daniel Jones. So I'll go Bo Nix though, because Bo Nix was the next name up in my head.
Justin Herbert been playing out there with an arm that don't even fucking work.
Yeah.
Like it's his off arm.
Yeah,
well, you see, bro. Have you guys seen Justin Herbert? He's like walking around like this, throwing the football.
It's disgusting how he's
just out there with this shit's limp.
I feel like the all around play of Bo Nix, the grit that he has for being such a young guy, and just such a calm dude too. He's not really him and super
Sean,
abrasive.
Because him and Sean Payton, I think, just work. Sean Payton just tells him what to do, and he just does it, and he elevates it.
He's super coach friendly player, 100%. And obviously they have a great defense and everything, so that helps their team. Yeah. And it puts less of a load on the offense to carry if the defense isn't, because they always are.
They got the best record in the
I think Bo Nix is such a favorable quarterback.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So yours is you take Bo Nix, and yours is you would take CJ Stroud.
I like CJ.
Those are your safe picks, right? So
because I know why he wanted to appear on that list, because he missed the 3 games.
Yes, absolutely.
Like that.
Now, what I want to ask you now, guys, for a receipt for is going to
Wait, what's yours?
No, this is
all for us.
Oh, wow. This is for us. For you guys.
Well, what would yours have been?
So mine's, to be honest with you, in the top 10 quarterback, you said one that I believe this year, just by how his team is doing. I would actually put Trevor Lawrence in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just in the outside looking in.
Yeah, that's fair.
On the outside looking in, just by how good his
team
is.
I think a lot of that has
you
to
already
do...
know I'm heavy on Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I think Liam Cohen, I'll give a shout out to, Duval. I was wrong. So I judged this dude based on the first Duval he did, because he was like, Duval, that dumb shit. But I'll say, man, he is a hell of a fucking coach. He has an answer for anything the opposition team has for him. And I don't want to take away from Trevor Lawrence. I think at the end of the day, everyone knows that Trevor Lawrence is a fantastic quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean, he wouldn't have been in this position. Right, he would not have been in this position if he wasn't as dominant as he was in college. If he didn't make the comeback that they did the second year in Jacksonville. I just think when it comes to Trevor Lawrence, it's very coach heavy. Like if his coach isn't a good coach, he's going to struggle.
Then you think this is the first coach.
He's talented though.
Yes, and just not to we're going to get off it real quick, but I just want to say, just also think about the coaches that he's had versus the coaches that he has. Yeah. This coach that he has now is more of the same.
Yeah, he had fucking bum-ass Urban Meyer.
All these older,
and I love Doug Peterson.
You know what I mean? These older type of coaches, whereas though, Doug Peterson was very quarterback friendly, but I think that Urban Meyer, the other guys,
third generation back.
Yes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially Urban Meyer. He was a fucking lunatic.
Yes, I think
I don't know how he got here.
It's one of the reasons.
I get it because he's a big college coach, but that dude, his ideology of football is
super
lost.
Yeah, super.
He would have thrived in the 70s.
What I want to ask you now, this is one that you would delete if it ever leaks. All right, now check it out. Okay, which contender right now would you bet against when the moment gets ugly?
Bet against?
There's a lot of teams I have for that.
But
so.
do you understand the
Yeah.
question?
So,
you would, yes.
Yes.
I'll go first.
Mm-hmm.
Patriots.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And it's kind of for what I said last week. And that hurts. And I would delete it because they're my favorite team.
Yes.
So that's why I would delete it. And that hurts my soul to say it. But I just think they're not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad.
11-3.
Kevin's going to hate me for mine.
No, I want to hear it. Let's go.
I'm going with the Green Bay Packers.
I don't have a problem.
So it's
Micah just went down.
Well, actually, yeah, Micah just went down, so that would have been a better take if Micah was.
Yeah, a week ago that would have been a perfect team.
Yes.
But Jordan Love.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I would have. I don't know. I feel like I like the Patriots more than I like the Jaguars and the Broncos. You know what? I know we just shouted out Bo Nix, but I'm gonna have to say the Denver Broncos. Like, as solid of a team as they are and everything, I mean, we've seen Sean Payton and how crazy he gets in the playoffs.
That's so funny. Both he took the top of the AFC.
Yeah. I mean, because like when it comes to the Broncos, I have to see how they're gonna do in that playoff setting this year, because they're gonna have the bye, so they're gonna come off of the bye. They're gonna 2 weeks in between having a football game. They're probably gonna be benching Bo Nix and all this shit in week 18. Shit, they could probably even get away with lightening the load in week 17, which sucks. So if he has a light load in 17, off on 18, off the wild card week, and then he plays, that's going to be almost 3 full weeks that they're not going to be seeing football like that. And I don't like that for teams.
Takes you out of your groove.
Yeah, like young up and coming teams, I hate that for them because that's when I feel like they get really punched.
Yeah, they're better playing football.
The momentum falls.
The good thing I like about the Patriots is that they're going to be in this run with the Bills all the way through.
Yeah.
So Drake Mays, and hey, if they fall to the wild card, which it's very much looking that they're going to be playing that first week, I almost like the Patriots because it's going to be a marathon rather as a Broncos are going to be very relaxed. And honestly, at the end of the day, has Bo Nix had some comebacks this season? Yeah, but the whole body of work in those games was trash up until that comeback. Yeah. So he's gonna have to be consistent.
Yeah, he had a better last year. He had a better offensive output as a quarterback last year than he had in this year, but they're actually doing better. You know what I mean? As a team overall.
Right. Sophomore slump.
Yeah.
Good. Good shit.
So, that was it, man.
Good segment. A legend has retired. The legend that retired being John Cena. I will say this. I'll make this announcement on this pod. For a while, this will be the last wrestling segment that we have for a while. So with John Cena retiring, I don't really agree with the product that much.
We need to give He-Man a new job.
Shout out to Michael who joined, man.
When it comes to John Cena retiring, I don't have trust in the WWE product beyond that.
Damn.
Wow.
I think John Cena being being our childhood. I mean, Rey Mysterio's still there on a smaller role.
Okay.
But with John Cena leaving, I mean, with it being a predetermined sport, and look, pro wrestlers, they put their hearts on the line. They get injured. The shit's real in that aspect. But for something predetermined, I don't want to be debating about it anymore if I don't like the product.
And also, one thing that I have to say is Triple H, the whole THQ, whatever the fucking company.
TKO.
TKO, I said THQ. TKO. Bro, they handled the John Cena situation terribly towards the middle of it. And they made him turn heel, which he was okay with and everything, but then from there on, they handled it terribly. So any confidence the very, very little confidence I had beforehand, since I haven't watched wrestling consistently in 15 years. Yeah. The little confidence I had that they could carry themselves one shot.
It makes a product that us adults would want to.
I have zero faith in that now because they handled it so terribly.
Yeah. And my thing is, I do want to give John Cena flowers. A crazy good career. Held WWE down. Was basically a big figure in my childhood and growing up. As much as WWE kind of botched his retirement tour, I feel like it was also still an aspect of just looking at it through the lens of John Cena, what he did and what he delivered. When I went to 2 events during his retirement tour, and I would say fucking lit, bro. The crowd invested. I can imagine that's how it was through all of the events. He was the main attraction. He was the only merch that was really selling. When he was at those events, he was the biggest name. Had the crowd either exploding or booing him. I think it did what it was supposed to do in that aspect. He went out on his sword. He got to tap out with a smile on his face, kind of in a way of saying, like, I can let my career go. Unless,
And now Gunther's a legend killer.
Yeah, I mean Gunther. Yeah, he's a dog. I mean, I wish more people liked him because he has that old school wrestler vibe and approach. He doesn't make mistakes. He carries people in his matches. He made Jey Uso look good. But yeah, no, I mean, nonetheless, just kind of shout out to John Cena.
Shout out.
Yeah, I mean, that's that, and that's it for wrestling on our shit. Thank you to all the wrestling fans that subscribed and everything. Please don't unsubscribe.
Shout out TJ for joining the love.
Shout out to TJ. Shout out to everyone that's in the live. But so Rams Seahawks last night. That was a crazy game. I wanted to talk about that real quick because obviously it's one of the most relevant things in the sports world. How'd you feel? Because I remember you was in the chat saying,
"Yo, it was crazy,
crazy shootout that we got
so
going on."
It was wild, man. Because listen, if you were actually watching the game for my Thursday nighters and also my NBAers, man, it was a lot going on at the same time, right? But a lot of people actually left at halftime in Seattle. You know what I mean? 16 points, being down 16, right? Then you listen, it seemed like it was the recipe that Sam Darnold has been cooking with, right?
Yeah.
The kryptonite that is Sam Darnold, right, is the Los Angeles Rams. But what he was able to do is what we saw in the last game. He overcame. Like, they made it to the goal line on the last game. You understand what I'm saying? But with this game, you got to see him actually play the sidelines. It was a great OT. It was a great comeback for Sam. They overtook the NFC West. You know what I mean? So now we just got to see, man. The running game, man, I got to be honest with you, wasn't the best for me. Man, listen, I had a crazy problem. Everything was green. But the last thing that didn't come through that we got to talk about is Rashid Shaheed. It was just for him to go over 40 yards.
Damn.
Just for him to go over 40 yards, bro. So that, to me, is alarming, knowing that everything else actually went through. And it's not just off of my parlay, just in general in the grand scheme of things of the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Like, him coming over, that should be an easy get. Now, of course, he's a multifaceted guy. You know what I mean? We do multiple punt returns, kick returns, shit like that. Yeah. But listen, man, I think, like we've been talking, it's theirs to lose now.
Of course.
It's theirs to lose.
And I think, and I think when it comes to the Seahawks, they've absolutely built a monster. A monster that no one saw coming. I mean, in the beginning of the year, everyone was kind of just like, Sam Darnold, we'll see what happens. But turns out, at the end of the day, I saw
I didn't keep it till just now.
I gotta cut that out.
Double dipping.
When it comes to the Seahawks, man, this game, as good as it was, I don't think it showed me much.
Okay.
And the reason why I'll say that is because when we get to a playoff scenario, their defense has got to be better. I understand.
What?
Listen,
son,
bro. Matt Stafford had 400 yards.
Yes, but no. Wait. That is a rivalry. Listen, you're going to get that. The 49ers, Seahawks, and Rams is always going to be, that's what it's going to be.
But, like, that game right there.
Look at the situational.
I know. And that's fine. And I get that divisional games, like this year, if anything, divisional games have been very fucking different. Very different. Because, I mean, you had the Eagles struggling with the Giants type shit. So, and then now we got 2 games with the Commanders that I'm a little nervous about, oddly. But when it comes to that, the Seahawks defense is kind of letting teams see how to beat them. I think they let a little too much through when it comes to the Rams.
It's going to happen.
And yeah, of course. Yeah. But like in a playoff setting,
especially with such a good team like the Rams, it's like it's not like it was done against the fucking
that's going to happen.
Yeah. Dolphins.
But and as much as I say that, I do like them still. I mean, they have a very coherent offense, an offense that works. It's just, you worry about Sam Darnold under the brightest lights. And that was a good game, though. He came through, but in the beginning, it was shaky. 2 interceptions before he threw two touchdowns and, got them back into it. But I just don't think it showed me enough to sit here and fully believe that the Seahawks are going to fucking run the board.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's not what we're talking about, though. We were talking about the game last night, bro.
Yeah, and that's, yeah.
Ain't nobody trying to take them all away. We're talking about how they look last night.
Well, because I would still take the Rams over the Seahawks if they had to play a game in the playoffs.
Okay.
Cam's struggling to catch a breath after that fucking.
No, I'm literally trying to just stay in the moment because as it goes, the landscape gonna change. Damn vape ate me. Yeah, damn, bro. But anyway, yeah, I think that as the landscape goes, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna listen, man. Mike McDonald and Sean McVay. Listen, all of the coaches in the NFC West or the NFC period, I think are fucking dominant, smart.
Yeah, McDonald's is great.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, and his defensive orientation and how he knows how to make those guys get like timely stops.
Because it's not like they have
going to show up,
and it's not like they have like a highly touted defense. Like he's just making it work.
Yeah, he's not a call. He got a good
game plan. But Matt Stafford 400 yards. I mean, would it be bad to say that he's the MVP this year? Like
no,
I haven't been.
It was the 2-man race between him and Jordan Love. Yeah. Obviously, Drake May was in the conversation for a while and everything. Still is, but he's just more. Drake May, in my opinion, has been the perfect definition of like consistency. They didn't have any blow up games or like really down games, but Jordan Love and obviously fucking Stafford.
Yeah, Cowboys robbed Dak Prescott, man. I feel like Dak Prescott would be the runaway MVP right now if the Cowboys were fucking.
He would definitely be.
But hey, speaking about the Cowboys, so the Cowboys are basically out. They need to go 3-0, and the Eagles need to go 0-3, which is kind of very, very unlikely. Yeah. How do we feel about that? We can kind of put the Cowboys season to rest unless the Eagles have a monumental collapse.
Yeah, it sucks. And given like we all saw this coming, you know, Jerry Jones can't run a fucking franchise to save his life. Yeah. And when you gave up Micah, you knew the defense was going to struggle, which they have mightily. And then CD was injured for the first half or like the first third of the season. Dak was just fighting for his life out there.
Literally, like their offensive line has declined as we've gotten through the season.
People stepped up too, so it's like, oh, maybe there's some life. CD came back, bro. It's sad because you're just seeing prime Dak just being wasted, and he's one of the best quarterbacks of this generation, and it's just like he's just getting wasted.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, Dak is out there like he's in war every fucking game
every
that
night
he plays.
He's fighting for his life. He'll put up 45 points every night, still lose.
Yeah, still fucking lose. Yeah, it's crazy. They have like the third best offense in the league, but the worst defense. So it's like if you look at it, if their defense was instead of being dog shit, if it was just regular shit,
if it was just like
they'd probably be like 10-4 right now.
It was top 20 in the league.
Yeah.
That could do
instead of dead last.
But dead last, you can't do anything with that.
And that's the thing with Dak. Like he's been clutch. He's had a good arm this year. He has the most passing yards, up there for touchdowns, stuff like that. But he's also been pressured the most. He's been hit the most. He's been
super impressive.
Yeah, he's top 5 in all pressure statistics, but then he's also top 5 in almost all offensive categories.
And the fact that he's been able to stay durable through all this.
Yeah, because he's normally injury prone. Because he's had injury, like he tore his hamstring off the bone last year, completely turned his foot a few years ago. But when it comes to Dak, man, his leadership has grown this year. I think you see him on the sidelines. You see him really trying to pump up his team. And the stats have been there. And it's a shame because what it comes down to is that Jerry Jones traded Micah Parsons out of pettiness.
Yeah.
And it was a week before. And I love the trade. I love what it did for the Cowboys in a future output because you don't have to pay them all that money now. You get the draft picks that you can trade or actually draft people with. But you did it a couple weeks before the actual season. You didn't give yourself time to actually fix the defense. And they came in looking like a clown show. But what's your take on the Cowboys?
I mean, I was just listening and, kind of just taking in everything that you're saying. I can't, disagree with anything. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, it's hard to disagree with what we saw happen right in front of our eyes. Listen, man, one thing I can say about Dak is ever since he's taken over for Tony Romo, if he's not injured, he's always in the top 3.
Giving it his all.
Statistical categories. He's a really good quarterback. I think that, his biggest knock is what it is for everybody. You know what I mean? Is their playoff wins. You know what I mean? You can only have one Super Bowl champion here. So at the end of the day, somebody's going to be talked about in a specific way. But as it pertains to Dak, he's done everything that he's been asked to do and more. You know what I mean?
Being the highest paid quarterback in the league, I think he's given highest paid
question
efficiency.
It's not about so listen, he can't play offense and defense and throw it and catch it and run it.
And
he can't
be a leader
all of those holes that they have. He can't fill them all just by, you know what I mean? He shows you what he's able to do by them averaging 33 points a game. You understand?
That's why football is such a unique sport because basketball you can carry a team with one player.
Yes.
Fucking obviously you got single sports, MMA, UFC.
Yeah.
Or UFC, boxing, UFC. It's one person out there doing it for themselves. Then you got fucking baseball. You can have one guy bang
Show off.
someone.
Yeah.
But like football, you need every department to click.
Yeah.
And it takes so much.
And that's the thing with the Cowboys is that, granted, Jerry Jones has built a money monster with the Dallas Cowboys, but at the end of the day, he hasn't put, I would say since Dak's gotten there have been some good elite teams, but they're always missing something.
Yeah.
Every single team has always missed fucking something there.
Yeah, and I think that what they did by the trade deadline, but what they did by reaffirming and shoring up their line and everything, I think that they were interdependent on Overshown coming back, Diggs not being fully committed to being back and halfway in, halfway out. Listen, man, in all honesty, I think that, when all the parts will be there, they would be a good team, but they're not. They're just like most teams. They don't. Yeah. They're never fully together.
And those trades, that they made, like Quinn and Williams and the draft picks, I think they're going to be a hell of a team next year. I think next year, like if the Eagles don't get their chemistry and shit together, I think the Cowboys are going to run that division. I'm not worried about the Commanders. They have a lot to do. The Giants have a lot to do. But when it comes to the Cowboys, all they have to do is reconstruct the money. And I'm sure Dak and CD, if they really want to win, they'll move some money around so that, because they got to re-sign Pickens, they got to re-sign. It's up to them if they want to re-sign Javonte Williams, and then they got to fix.
But they need to. But they need to, because that's one of the biggest. Listen, man, we just did a Different or Not a couple of weeks ago about Elliott. You know what I mean? Literally, right? That's one of the glaring things. Listen, Rico is doing very well in Carolina, but that offensive line, those deficiencies that they had that Rico Dowdle wasn't able to get across, that we are actually able to see Javonte Williams do with not that much of a, refreshed offensive line. Yeah,
because it's like the offensive line is okay, but
you need to keep Williams because he's the best thing that you had, in this attack with Dak since a good Zeke Elliott.
And you know what I mean? And this was the first year I felt bad for Dak and the Cowboys fans and shit. Yeah, because before it was fun seeing the Cowboys lose, but now we're like 30 years into that, and I don't know. Like I feel like Dak.
I don't know if that's my man, but shout out my man Sha. You know what I mean? 17 who joined the chat, but if it's my man Sha, he probably was loving this Dallas segment. He's a Dallas fan.
Bro, for that to be the first team I ever see live. And I saw them bug out on the Jets, but that was just like, he was, bro. Dak was lighting it the fuck up, and I'm saying,
and that's how it's been all year. He kind of just, he's had a couple of bad games,
sneaky things,
and he's had a couple of bad games, like the game against the Cardinals and shit. But
Dak has been my quarterback in fantasy for the past 6 years.
Holy shit!
You've been able to get him for 6 years straight.
6 years. I just
it's a safe bet.
Up third. I ended up third in this year's fantasy.
I mean, he puts up so many fantasy.
And I wish he didn't turn his foot in 2020 because he was fucking balling. No, I'm just saying in general because he was like the first quarterback to have 3 straight 450 plus yard games, and then he turned his ankle a game after that. Like, if he would have been healthy that whole year, he would have broken some records. But enough about the Cowboys. That makes me feel weird. Let's look at some of the NFL playoff contenders. I want to know who you guys think. We're gonna go one by one, and I want you guys to say, are they contenders or are they pretenders?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So let's start off from the bottom. Let's do the Detroit Lions first.
Okay.
Damn. Actually, we have to do the Panthers, right? Because the Panthers are tied with the Buccaneers. All right, so the Carolina Panthers, do we think that they can get in? Do we think that they can move across the line?
No.
And be ahead of the Buccaneers, who are struggling bad?
No.
Well, do I think they can get in? Maybe, yeah. But do I think they're contenders? Just by getting in doesn't mean you're a contender. Man.
Right.
Don't mean nothing.
So I think they can get in and be above the Bucs, but I don't think they're going to be contenders.
I don't want the Eagles to face the Panthers. For some reason I feel like that's a nightmare. That'll be a game that the Eagles would lose and get made fun of for the next
Shout out Bullhead, but I'm not scared of something for you guys. But
so with the Packers losing Micah Parsons, this kind of opens the window again for the Detroit Lions to kind of get back in there. If they make the playoffs, are they contenders or pretenders?
Lions or Packers?
Or both.
I think they can be contenders. But I would say with Micah gone, that hurts them a lot. They still got MVP talent. They still got great play, but I can't see them where I
The
think
Packers,
they're
right?
pretenders. Yeah, and then Goff can only do so much.
All right, okay.
So I feel like
Okay.
they're both pretenders.
Yeah.
as well.
Okay.
So if Detroit or Green Bay are
Which one? Whichever one.
which one would
Both
I
of
say?
them. Yeah.
Well,
Are
right-
either one contenders in your eyes anymore? Are they both pretenders now?
Well, I think that what we've been seeing, the collapse of Detroit, is a little different than we see with the injury to Michael Parsons.
Yes.
Right.
Fair.
I think that what Michael Parsons was able to do with Green Bay's defense, how he was able
In
to
short time.
create pressure up there so that they're able to like basically control the outside or the receivers. The crazy shit about that is that when Michael Parsons went down, you saw them doing shit that they weren't doing
Yeah.
based
Before,
on
yeah.
the pressure that he wasn't able to get, which is wild that you're able to see that. But I think that Green Bay has always been coached well on defense, and I'm
Yeah.
going to be honest with you, right? But what I think is that after knowing that a loss in game is different than a loss after planning for a week.
Right.
Okay? So I would think that with the loss of Michael Parsons, this is dangerous.
That's what it's tough. And they're,
Yeah,
it's not like their
it's
defense.
dangerous.
I mean, I think they got a good defense without
That's
him.
what I'm
Yes,
saying.
that's
Before
what I'm
Mike
trying to
came,
say,
their
bro.
defense was
Like,
good.
you know,
So
yeah,
that's
oh,
what I'm trying to say. So it's hard for me. What we're seeing,
We'll have to see him next game.
yeah, what we're
Kinda,
seeing with
yeah.
Detroit, we have been seeing this fall apart for the past couple of seasons.
Yeah, this
Like,
is
Yeah.
they
this is
start
normal.
off crazy.
Yeah.
And
I
they
mean,
fall off.
I'll say, like, I still think the
I would
Lions
think-
have a small chance at being contenders. I still think if they get in, their offense can win them the games. It's just their defense.
I
man.
agree. I
Like-
think Green Bay has a better chance of being contenders than the Lions.
And yeah, I mean, I'd say
Absolutely.
both. I'd say both are still contenders. A little bit more on the Packers side,
Yeah.
just because we've seen Jordan Love make magic with less.
Yeah.
So I think the Packers can still. I think they can still fare. Now, what about the 49ers?
I think the injuries is what's going to come back to hurt them at the end.
Yeah.
You know?
Is McCaffrey playing next game? You know he didn't participate in practice.
Mhm.
Oh, he's hurt now.
I thought I saw him say he now participate in practice. Because that could be another.
No, he's
thing.
good.
He's good.
He's hurt, but he's good.
Okay, so yeah, I wasn't sure. So I don't know, but yeah, they're just
Yeah.
injuries are stacking up. Kittle isn't Kittle like that anymore. Like he is some games, he
Yeah.
has spurts, but like he's kind of on this Travis Kelce trajectory of just like they're getting older.
It's just,
I don't got much for them.
it just goes back to what I said before. I just don't like with this team that they have. I think that the 49ers can make some small noise,
Uh-huh.
but Brock Purdy needs everything around him to be good. He's one of those I like Brock Purdy. I think he's talented, sure, but he's one of those quarterbacks that need everything clicking around him for him to explode.
Okay.
And right now,
There you
it's
go.
just, some weeks their offense is good, some weeks it's bad, some weeks their defense is good, some weeks it's bad. I think they get destroyed in their first round matchup.
Shout out GJ.
Unless the 49ers get lucky and take on the Buccaneers or the Panthers round one,
Mhm.
I think they're screwed. I think they're pretenders.
Yeah, I can do both.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the next one, the Los Angeles Rams, I think
They're contenders.
Yeah.
They're.
I-
I had them for my
yeah.
Super Bowl win
Yeah.
last week.
I think they're absolutely contenders. I mean, Matt Stafford, when it gets to playoff time, he's been to the dance and won the dance before.
Mhm.
He's gonna have them boys moving and grooving. I think the Rams, in my eyes, I think they're the best team coming out of the NFC, even with that loss to the Seahawks. Unless, like I said, I can't take that Eagles game against the Raiders for any grain of salt.
So what we didn't
but-
talk about. So the cool thing about that is first and foremost contenders.
Yeah.
Let me just go into it. What we didn't talk about, even though we talked about, we highlighted Sam Darnold and everything and how he was able to overcome his kryptonite, is they didn't have Devontae Adams. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have Devontae Adams. So they wasn't totally their full either. So even though he got the win, he got the win at the time that he was supposed to get the win,
Yeah.
right? The win that is going to count is when they have to see each other for when it determines who's going
Yeah.
further or who's going home.
I agree.
So at the end of the day, I still love them as contenders, but we just know that Seattle have the head of the NFC, right?
Of course. And I think, like, with the Rams, Matt Stafford and all them, I'm not saying they're gonna go to the Super Bowl and win. I just think they got the
Horn
better.
went crazy last night. Not that much Williams. You know what I mean? Like all
Yeah,
that
they've been
stuff.
kind of
You know
getting
what I
away
mean?
from
Like,
Kyron and going more towards
like
him.
Blake
Yeah.
is the younger one, so
Yeah.
it's like, you know.
But I'll we're all agreeing no contenders.
yeah,
for
that's
okay.
easy money.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it sucks because at the beginning of the year I was falling for it a little bit. Baker Magic. It's just, can Baker Mayfield turn it on in the playoffs to a point where they can do some damage? Because as of right now, I mean their offense is kind of just cooked. Like they have the worst, besides the Eagles, they have the worst offense and amongst all these guys we're talking about, contenders and pretenders and shit. Besides the Panthers, but we know the Panthers. We know who they are.
Yeah, we
At the end of the day.
We had nothing to do with the Panthers at all.
But the Buccaneers, I mean,
the NFC South is what the NFC South is, though. If you ask
what
me.
it is always.
You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I think
Yeah.
that, you know, the best representation of the NFC South that we've had in the last time is what we saw. The representation was when we saw the greatest comeback by Matt's team in history. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think that Baker has lit it up over the past few seasons since he has taken over, since they have gambled on him.
Of course.
I think that he's done everything that he was supposed to do. But let's think about, you know what I mean, that actual group of players that they have there. With the addition of Emeka Buke, we know that that's a great thing. But we also know that Chris Godwin and the great Mike Evans are always hurt up, man. They got Bowie Irvin back. You know what I mean? Like
Evans has been like
you know what I mean? Like they always chipped up, man.
First season he hasn't never hit 1,000 yards.
Yeah, man. So
and that's the thing. They could get we got a couple weeks. They could get there fully healthy. But
I'm not.
The thing that sucks
they
right
run
now.
the NFC South, but with them being as beat up as they is, that gives you a representation of what the actual.
And they're gonna have to grind through these last couple games. They can't.
Which
like,
I don't think it's gonna.
They need that's a team that needs that rest in week 17.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see it because, you know, right now you look at the schedules, you know, the Panthers and Buccaneers are going to face week 18. And that's probably going to be for the fucking division.
Yeah, 100%.
Unless they're facing Sunday. They face Sunday and then they face again at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So this is a must win for the Buccaneers. Obviously, it's a must win for them to beat the Panthers this week. And they got to win next week. And hopefully they can take a rest against the Panthers. But I don't know, man. I think fully healthy, if they can get there, I think they're contenders just because they have a magical offense. It's just that defense, man.
Yeah.
It's whack.
It's bad.
They didn't do nothing with it. So, you know, what do you guys think ultimately at the end of the day?
Injuries is going to be too much for them.
Pretenders?
Yeah, I got those contenders. I don't think there's a possible way they can be a contender with how beat up they are.
Okay, fair. Pretenders or contenders for the Bucks?
We're going pretenders.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I gave all that speech, bro.
That's
why I gave all that speech, King, because they pretenders, man. I can't. They are the representation of what the NFC South is for us right now, too, as far as it represents football. Like, you know what I mean? They've been the kings of it.
That's the thing. I mean, I can see it though. Like Buccaneers, I can see them getting that random playoff fucking win, like just because Baker does something crazy. But I mean, we'll see. So we got a few more teams, so this should be an interesting one. That's still going. All right, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Contenders.
Yeah, we don't even got a long talk there.
I love that. Yeah, I think with how shitty the end of their schedule is, I think it's going to build confidence in Jalen Hurts and those boys to go into the playoffs. And it's really, they just got to take care of business. It's not like, you know, like we were just talking about the Buccaneers. They need all these ifs and buts, and they need fucking all this magical
The only thing
shit
you
to
need
happen.
for the Eagles is just for them
They just need to play football. They just
need
that's
to do
literally
their job.
it.
They have all the pieces healthy on the field there. Disgruntled maybe, but they need to just do their fucking job. That's
if they do their job, I think they can get all the way to the Super Bowl again.
Of course.
And honestly, like judging how the AFC happened, it's tough for me to see the Eagles losing at this point if, you know, they don't just blow it, you know, here at the end of the year going into, you know, the playoffs. Okay, so we're all contenders. This should be an interesting one. The Chicago Bears.
So they are contenders right now.
Okay.
Yeah, like
I thought we were going to disagree on this one.
I mean, why?
Well, because I know you've been a little bit low on Caleb Williams and stuff.
That
like
doesn't.
That,
No, I wasn't low on Caleb
Being
Williams.
low on one player doesn't.
Yeah, like and I was low on the production at the point of
at that
the
point
conversation. That's what
that
we
was
were talking about.
Yeah,
the production at the point of the conversation.
So good. We agree on this.
That has nothing to do with how Ben Johnson has listen. So
yeah,
there's a couple of
how
things
many
that
comeback wins that they have.
I'd love to highlight with that boy. So one of the things that I would liken to Caleb Williams first, that of course they're contenders, but what you got to think about with Caleb Williams now is his biggest flaw has become his biggest superpower. So the indecisiveness or him holding on the ball long has translated now with Ben Johnson at the helm to have him be able to make the quick
Analyze the
decision,
field,
right? But also scramble. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the holding of the ball and what he is able to get off of scrambles right now is the best in the NFL.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, man, I think that they cardiac, you know what I mean? Like we're talking about like all of those damn comebacks and everything like that, but there's no question that they are
But
they got a middle of the pack defense and a offensive genius that can game plan for any game, and their quarterback can execute anything that the offense.
Yeah, and they're lethal. Like in the second half of these games,
They're crazy.
they're absolutely lethal. And I think like you look at you look at the growth of Caleb Williams from last year to this year.
Yes.
Like
Super
because
improved.
it's not like the Bears sucked last year. It's just that they were losing a lot of close games.
Yeah.
Almost every single
Every
close
close
game.
game they got a chance.
This year they're in all these close games, but they're actually
Mhm.
winning these games
Mhm.
now. And I think it'll be dangerous for teams because it's like, how do you really game plan against that? Like, how do you game plan against the juggernaut that comes into the second half of these games and Ben Johnson that's so quick at making adjustments? And yeah, I mean, I think you see it with the Lions, how bad that they've struggled, maybe not on the offensive side, but his presence alone and making sure the Lions would win those late close games, and now they're not. I think Ben Johnson is just a genius, and I think if the matchups work the right way, like right now, how it's scheduled to be is they would face the Packers. I think they could beat the Packers. That would be a divisional game. I think they could beat the Packers, and then they'd have to worry about one of the 49ers or Rams, and that's when it gets interesting. But I think they can pull out those games. I mean, teams are going to get beat up. It's going to be a lot of situational shit. But yeah, I got them as contenders.
Yeah, so do I. I feel like they have the pieces working well.
Yeah.
It's just they're up and down. They got a young quarterback and everything, but I like the team.
All right, so the Seattle Seahawks, pretenders.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you were just saying it didn't move.
I just think like a bye for that team is just terrible. And they're going to be resting guys and all this. I don't think they're going to come up against a team that's just won a wild card game. And I think those wild card games are going to be crazy. So they're going to be facing a team with a whole lot of momentum, and I just don't think the Seahawks are that team. They're not that established yet to be able to beat that type of momentum. So I got pretenders for the Seahawks. And you guys got contenders, and that's okay. They're the best team in the NFC, so why the fuck not, right? So let's go to the AFC, and let's start with the Indianapolis Colts, who are just one game out.
They're one game out, but Phillip Rivers out here. Yo, so they said his
shout out to Phillip Rivers.
Shout out
You
Phillip
did your
Rivers.
best.
Got that tutty.
Yeah.
But fucking, they said his time from snap to throw was an average of 2.3 seconds per play and per down. And I was like, that's fucking bananas. He was letting that shit rip. And I mean, shout out him, but I mean, they're pretenders with.
Yeah.
You're just relying on.
I want
JT.
this to be a storybook ending. So, like you said last week.
I would
oh
love
my god, fat ass Phillip Rivers holding up
He
the
would
Super
have
Bowl
to be.
trophy.
We would have to make a whole episode based on him, us changing him to being different.
From not different to different.
Yeah, but like it would be storybook. It would be amazing. It would be one for the history books. It would be something cemented in NFL history.
Yeah. Even if he could just get to the playoffs, man.
That wouldn't move me much, but because they would get stomped the first fucking game in there. But JT can't handle it all on his own. It's just he's gonna get beat up. So they're pretenders to me.
Yeah, and I mean they faced the 49ers, Jaguars, and Texans, so they got an uphill battle. So yeah, I think we can agree Colts pretenders for right now, unless like something amazing happens.
Oh no, I had nothing.
Shout out to Phillip Rivers.
Shout out Phillip Rivers, man.
He was falling, breathing heavy. He was doing stretches on the sideline.
He fell with no contact, and then
got up and just ran. I mean, I was here for it though. Got the touchdown. I mean, it was. I think it went better than I think it should have gone. I mean, I thought he should have not been able to do anything whatsoever. But against a good defense,
he still was a professional for like 15 years or whatever it was. So
y'all making me uncomfortable spending this much time talking about Phillip Rivers.
Come on, man.
He's right. I also know.
But you guys know this is what I live for. This is what I die
He's
for.
here for the underdog.
I'm here for the story of sports. You know what I mean?
If you're here for no, and I don't want to do it today. So if you're here for the story of sports,
Phillip Rivers isn't in that story.
How is Sam Darnold and Seattle not a story?
Shout out Oliver.
Their story. I just don't believe him. believe in them right now.
But if you're saying a story, that is a story that is actually happening. You're literally fantasizing about Phillip Rivers. That's not a story.
He's creating the story.
Yeah, we know for sure.
I create the narrative.
That's a fantasy. We know for sure that.
I spent too much time on these bum ass teams.
Yes, please, man. Like,
all right.
You know,
Houston Texans.
Pretenders right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I
said
think.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I highlighted C.J. Stroud at the beginning, I just think when it comes
I got too much.
when it comes down to the Houston Texans, I just think their O line is garbage.
They got too much of that to do with an O line like that, right? Like
I mean,
this time.
C.J. Stroud is gonna have to be God to beat some of these teams. Like
he can be.
Yeah, like we're talking about like. Their first round matchup right now is against the Patriots. The Patriots don't have the most shining defense, but they have a good defense.
Is really good.
Like they're gonna
and the Patriots would be home.
Yeah, and they're gonna eat the Texans alive. And then if Jaguars defense impressive, the Steelers defense carrying them through where they are right now.
Highest paid.
Say all those again.
Patriots, Jaguars, Steelers.
Yeah, he's other than Jacksonville, you're going to cold places in all these spots.
Yeah.
You're Houston gang. You're used to the warm environment.
And if they somehow get through, they're guaranteed to face the Broncos. So if they do win that first matchup, my God, the Broncos are they're gonna feast, and that's So
listen, Houston's defense is everything.
Absolutely.
Their line, right? Their D line is everything, right? The boy, listen, man, he is like a android or some shit like
their
that.
defense is the best defense in the AFC by points.
He's a maniac, right? But what's hard about it is again like the offensive line. You know what I mean? Like the offensive line. You know what I mean? It's so bad, man. It's like I don't know, man. You know what I mean? But pretenders. I don't even know getting into that.
Buffalo Bills. Bro, I think they're rising at the right time. At the end of the season.
Bro, I don't even gotta ask us these questions, but stop.
This is the no excuse season for Josh Allen.
Yeah.
If he doesn't come away with a ring, the narrative...
Not even a ring, but at least a Super Bowl appearance.
Fuck that. If the narrative will be... No, okay, I do agree.
Yeah.
But the narrative won't be anymore, he just kept running
the
patty.
Minute. But whoa. Because, see, I think as y'all answer, you just said it, right? Yeah. We just laid out it. So with what the NFL looks like right now, if Josh was to make it, who would beat Josh?
I think in the NFC, I would say Eagles. I think the Rams could beat them. The Eagles could beat them.
I think the Rams and Eagles.
I mean, I would even say like if the Packers get there on momentum,
if the Packers could get there, I could see there's a possibility that they could win.
Yeah.
But it would be a hard fought fucking battle. But I would say like I said last week, I have Rams being my finals, my Super Bowl favorite right now. But that's just my favorite.
And
I'm saying non-objective.
Yeah, and if the Seahawks get there, as much shit as I just said about them being pretenders, if they do get to the Super Bowl, I would.
That's why I like to further along the conversation.
Well, because in my eyes, I think the Seahawks are going to have a tough. Coming out of the bye.
They home though. Remember, they got to come
right. But I think they're going to have tough times against that team that comes off of momentum with the wild card, and then they're going to be in the NFC Championship if they win that game. I think it's going to be tough for them.
Yeah, I don't know why,
but
we'll see.
Yeah, of course.
We'll see.
But the Bills, I think they're contenders. It's like Matt said. I mean, it's literally laid out for the Bills right now.
Plus, I believe in Josh Allen enough.
And if they take the division, if they somehow take the division against the Patriots too, they're going to be comfy. They're going to be at home. It's going to look good for them.
We all in agreement, but what needs to happen, I'm just thinking about the game, right? So what needs to happen for real, is we already know what Josh is going to do. Like Coleman, Shakir is sure-handed, but he's not like the super duper best route runner to you know what I mean?
They got all of that all over the field, not the best.
Yes,
the worst,
you know what I mean?
It's going to come down to Josh Allen.
Yes, but these guys that are actually going the outside, because his safety net has always been his tight ends and Kincaid and those guys, they do well. But it's the outside dudes that literally need to want it and be the best right now to ensure that Josh can actually, because he's going to do it. You know what I mean? He's going to, and the crazy thing about it is he's gotten so much smarter, fellas, is that in the times where, listen, I'm telling y'all, I was waiting for him to run a lot of times in the New England game. Yeah. Right? And a lot of times where, if you open up certain shit, he's going to run it. He didn't run, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So he's literally patient and through tutties or through a first down or through to the sideline. You know what I mean?
I think this season has been a good test to really harden Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because he's always had all this talent around him, and then this year is kind of we can probably agree the least.
Shout out Lisa.
And then I think when it comes down to the Buffalo Bills, I think this is probably the worst talent they've had around Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to start rising, I'm talking good about Josh Allen, whatever, screen record, whatever you gotta do.
Yep.
You have to right now.
Such a hater.
I just think they've risen to the occasion these last few games. I think Josh Allen's getting hot at the right time. I think I look at all these and I could really go through. I mean, besides the Steelers, I don't like the Chargers. I don't like the Jaguars. I don't like the Patriots. I don't like the Broncos as teams that can really just stomp somebody and that I'm confident in. This is it. Like if Josh Allen, and I get it, not having as much talent around him, but this comes down to his talent as a quarterback.
We 100% agree.
If he doesn't get this done, I mean, it's hard to see them getting it done ever unless they really build a fucking super team.
Do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Patriots will blow you out in the first half, but that's it.
We all got contenders for the Bills. So the Chargers, I'll make this quick. Pretenders. Dude has a limp arm. He's gonna have it until he gets surgery.
Yeah.
It's you can tell even though it's his not throwing arm, you can tell it's affecting his play. He's out there in pain. They're barely pulling it out. But they're lucky that the Chiefs.
Yes,
and
this is football, right? This is football. You have to understand that at the end of the day, people are going to start slamming him on his left.
Oh my God!
Shield for him,
especially in the playoffs. They're going to be feasting on him.
There's no way around that. So they are literally.
Ain't going to be nice,
right?
It's literally the teams that face them in the playoffs. Yeah. They're going to come into the boardroom. If it's the Steelers, they're going to come in the boardroom. Tomlin's going to be like, just hit this dude. Just fucking beat the shit out of Justin Herbert. That's all you got to do. Because like I said, I mean, the last couple games that they've played, you look at their schedule, they beat the Chiefs, but that's because Patrick Mahomes and them, they fell on their sword. They beat the Eagles, but that's because the Eagles beat themselves. And they had a dominant game against the Raiders, but that's just the Raiders. But then the bye week, you look before, they got smoked by the Jaguars. They got absolutely embarrassed. And I think that's the game that Justin Herbert got hurt. Yeah. But these last two games specifically, they've only beaten teams that beaten themselves. So we'll see. I mean, the Cowboys are going to come in with nothing to lose. Still playing their guys.
That's the part that's going to be wild. You know what I mean? Because we know that the Cowboys are not going to take their foot off the gas. You know what I mean?
I think they're going to beat the shit out of the Chargers.
It's going to be crazy, bro.
Poor Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles, they're going to have to. They still got to play their best football these last three because if they give them, because it's going to be two tough divisional games against the Commanders. Who are playing with house money and memes and fucking nothing going on. But it's still the Commanders, it's still Marcus Mariota, whatever, and then they got the Bills. So that's the interesting thing. If the Commanders can beat the Eagles this week and the Cowboys can win their game, they're still alive.
Yes.
Because the Bills are still playing for seeding and stuff. Yeah. And then it's going to come down to a troll-ass Commanders in the last game of the season just trying to stop the Eagles. So it's not over. It's over, but it's not over.
Mariota's trajectory. Career trajectory. So
it's goofy. Him and Jameis Winston. It's funny because
at least Jameis Winston is all-time great comedy.
Yeah, But I think the funniest thing is that coming into the league, it was a huge debate. Mariota, Winston. And we got two bags of shit, basically, talent-wise. Mariota, I guess he's a good leader, and Winston's, just a good locker room dude and all that. But it was crazy that was the big debate when it was.
It was crazy.
Yeah, because everyone was arguing at each other's throats, just like Mariota and Winston. But all right, so the Steelers at 8-6. I'm sorry, guys. I know you guys might say pretenders. I got contenders.
Okay.
I think for Aaron Rodgers, it's probably his last season.
Last hurrah.
Yeah, it's his last hurrah. I think he's going to empty it all on the field. I think Mike Tomlin, this might be his last hurrah in Pittsburgh because they're already talking about moving on. I think they're all going to give it all. I mean, TJ Watt, he's going to give everything that he has left because he's also declining. As much as, it's hard to believe because of how...
I just should have said this before. Contenders for what?
Go to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Steelers.
With all that being said, the Steelers, you said they're all going to throw it out, they're empty their tank, they're throwing it out all on the line. Yeah. With all that being said, they still ain't going to contend for shit.
I mean, I think
they're going to fight their heart out and fall flat on their face.
Thank you for understanding the question.
Yes.
I think there's a chance, man. They got a good defense. They got a capable offense. I think they can win. I mean, like I said, so let's say they face the Chargers first and then they get the Jaguars or the Patriots. You're saying they can't at least get to the AFC Championship, and whoever they face, it's going to be a dogfight, and I think they can come out on top. I think there's a chance.
Shout out Belvy for joining.
Yeah.
But joining.
That's
But
deep.
no,
That's
I
deep.
don't think.
That's
I
heavy.
don't think.
I just like I said, it's the way it lines up. So they get the Chargers first.
I understand.
I think that's a win.
Yeah.
And then they would get the Jaguars or the Patriots or however that ends
I
up.
think you're getting stomped right there.
I don't think so.
I think you're getting stopped right
So
there.
listen, Matt, and it's crazy because I know that it was sounding like I was kind of leaning away, right? But I'm gonna be honest, right?
Oh, he's gonna say contender now.
No, listen, yes, and listen.
Okay.
The only reason, so listen. Let me do it right,
So
and,
much.
and I have to do it. My bad, bro.
I'm so convincing on
Yes.
bullshit. I love
No,
it.
it's not the bullshit. I had to think about it when we just thought about the path. Now, Matt, check it out. I gotta tell you, just because of the path, all of the path doesn't have anywhere near the experience of
You're right.
the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
Right? Like, I'm being honest. None of the field that they have to go through have the experience of them.
Agreed.
They are playing well at the right time, right? Literally, you got Aaron Rodgers on one, like literally feeling like he can do it too,
Yeah.
right? So that's pretty
And
scary.
that's half the battle.
Yeah,
for an
that's
old man like
literally
him.
that's the scary part. And then, like you said it yourself, their defense is playing good, so it's hard. You know what I mean? Like right now against the field to say that they're pretenders against that field because
thing-
showing up against who we know his arm is messed up, right?
Okay, against the fields, I see.
And that's
it.
what I'm
Yes.
saying. So the only
Yes.
thing I'm worried about
Yes.
is the Buffalo Bills. But at the end of the day, if that Steeler, if Josh Allen is all we're worried about with the Bills, that Steelers defense can shut him down.
Shout
And, that,
out African
and the
Pro.
Bills got
Yeah.
nothing. If the Steelers get to Josh Allen and they stop him, that's it for the Bills.
Mhm.
The Bills are done without Josh Allen. There's no magic. There's no running game that could say. I mean, I like Cook, but there's no running game that saves them in that scenario. There's no nothing. I think like against
Cook
the
can
field.
cook up. Don't get it fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only teams that they can really lose to is maybe the Texans because of their defense, but their paths aren't even gonna come close to lining up unless they win out in the playoffs. And then maybe the Patriots, but then at the end of the day, like the Steelers are gonna rattle the shit out of Drake May, and the Patriots that'll be a test.
Yeah,
for
I think
them
that,
if they both
that's
get
gonna
that
be
far.
good winter football. That's gonna
Yeah.
be good.
I get what
So I'm
y'all
glad
saying.
you guys can see what I was trying to say with that.
Well, I
Nah,
think
they
the
don't
path.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the path. I think the path creates the.
Yeah, because then it's like you said, the experience. Like all this is
Yeah.
gonna come to a helm for Mike Tomlin and Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers.
all of it. Yeah,
And they
that's all
know
I'm thinking about.
this is kind
Yeah.
of both of their last
all the
hurrahs. Like,
narratives around all of that team, like
Yeah.
the oldest, highest.
and they're gonna
paid.
over prepare.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Tomlin supposed to be out. Does Aaron have it? You know, all that stuff.
Damn, man, I'm starting to believe the Steelers can make a little Super Bowl run. This is
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
It's a
All
wild.
right, so the Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm gonna just say pretenders because I haven't seen them succeed like that yet. So
I mean, we have to again. I mean, if
Yeah.
we just said that Pittsburgh are.
I'll say the next three. I think
they can't.
the
be-
Jaguars, the
True.
Patriots, and the Broncos. I think they're all pretenders unless a team like the Steelers and the Bills fall.
Yeah.
If they face the Bills and the Steelers, I think none
Yeah,
of
we're
those
100%
three teams win.
agree. That's
Okay.
we're 100%
Yeah.
agree.
I agree. Even
But-
I even said it earlier. Like I said,
Yeah.
if there was one team I was going to bet against,
It'd
at
be
the end
those
of the
three.
day, it would be
Yeah.
the Patriots. Sadly, because
Yeah.
Shout out Lisa.
it's just like I said, that
But a legend could be born out of these three:
Oh,
Trevor
for
Lawrence,
sure.
Drake May, and Bo Nix. If one of those three can,
two
get
of them
through
are
that
2-year
narrative.
players. Come
Yeah.
on, man. But like that, this thing for the Patriots too. It's like I said it. Like they make it look good in the first half, but their second half adjustment is terrible.
yeah.
Every team they go against, it's just this time they ran into the Bills. Every team they've gone against, they will blow out in the first half and then just let them come back. They just been able to hold off. It's
Yeah.
the Bills. They're too smart. Josh Allen's too smart. You just can't hold out if you're going to let
Yeah.
them come back
Yeah.
like that. So they run into
Alright,
more
cool.
teams like that.
That was a good segment. So Steelers and Bills, man, that'll be interesting if that's how it really
Yeah, that's
plays out.
where it should end. That's
But if,
where-
like I said, if they stumble, then it's anyone's game. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So if it does come down to anyone's game, it's weird because I just said that they were pretenders when we brought them up. I feel like I would believe in the Jaguars more than the Patriots and Broncos just because Trevor Lawrence has some experience
Yeah.
and he has those comebacks and he
Experience-wise.
can win it on his legs, also while winning it, with his arm. So we'll see. So yeah, I mean that was that segment. We hope you guys are enjoying it so far. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, tell your friends, join the conversation, do all that. Matt, you're up.
So this is going to be a commutatively done blind ranking
Let's do
Okay.
it.
Or do you want to do it commutatively or do you want
You want to do it separately or together?
We could do it.
We won last time. We won
Yeah,
last
we
time.
can do it.
We
We
can
did
do
pretty
this
good.
again.
All right,
We
so
can do this again.
this is a five picks
Okay.
blind ranking of short kings. Short kings. So you have to try to. What you're trying to do is get them from one tallest to shortest. I'm gonna name them, and you got to put them where you think they would
fuck.
fit.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
He's gonna have like the great Khali at the end.
Short kings.
Okay,
Short
so
kings.
everyone that you're naming is short.
Everyone
we
is
just gotta,
below
we gotta get the height
male
right.
height average.
But we gotta get the height right. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So first overall, I'm going Rey Mysterio. I'm not gonna tell you their heights.
Right.
5'6".
Okay.
5'5", 5'6". That's short.
Yeah. So
Sure.
I put.
But you're not gonna tell. Are you gonna mix in basketball players and shit like
I
that?
have people from every sport.
Okay, so
Or
if it's
all-
from every
a bunch of
sport, that's
sports.
short. Like 5'6" is short.
I agree. That's mid.
I'm trying to think because who would be short? Like you could say something like Hornswoggle, but there's no
mad people that's shorter than 5'6".
that played football and basketball.
And basketball.
Who?
Yes. Muggsy Bogues.
That was 5'5".
5'3".
Yeah, it's like 5.
All right, so
lower
4.
than that.
You think
I got-
4?
Yes.
4 is a good
I
spot.
think
4?
3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
So
What do you
remember,
think?
1 is the tallest, 5 is the shortest.
I'll say 4 for Ray. Because I think
If we're going short.
he's
that
gonna
are
troll.
athletes.
Yeah.
Let's
3.
think about this real
Three?
quick.
How am I a troll?
If we're doing shorts, listen, if we're doing shorts athletes,
Yeah.
the average athlete we would say 6 foot somewhere around
Yeah,
there, right?
yeah.
Right? 6 foot, 6'1" and going
Right.
up, no matter what sport it is across board.
Yeah.
So 5'11" is still in the high range.
Still tall.
Yes, 5'8" is now.
Still
you know what I mean?
taller than Rey Mysterio.
Yes,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So like,
He said short kings. This
Yeah.
is a short ass king.
yes,
Yeah. So you'd say 4?
yeah. So,
Okay.
4?
We'll go.
All right, 4.
Yeah.
Next one up. Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse.
How tall is he?
Yeah. Let me go online real quick. Hold on.
Is that allowed?
Hey, can I?
All right,
No.
I'll give you their heights. As I'm going along.
All right, bet.
Mysterio was 5'6".
Mhm.
Mighty Mouse is 5'3".
Yes.
Crazy. I was
Yes.
shocked by that.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah,
These guys
damn.
are mad short. It's
All
mad
right.
short NBA players that Spud Webb was like 5'6".
5'5", 5'6".
Yes. See, you got him on here. He's looking at his list. I'm down, but I'm catching him. Come on, let's
Spud
go.
ain't on here.
Oh, all
Spud ain't
right.
on here.
So no matter what, we have to put Mighty Mouse 5 because he's shorter than Ray.
Yes.
You gotta hope that Hornswoggle don't
Yes.
pop up or something.
Now we have to pick the ones that we know are bigger.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. So yeah,
Come on,
5.
bro.
Damn. Yeah. Ray
Yo,
probably should have been 3.
Shout
My
out
fault,
to
gang.
the 0005.
All right. Manny Pacquiao, 5'7".
Okay.
Yeah, we all right.
Fuck. That's 3.
Yeah.
Or 4. Should we do 4?
We
Or should we
already
do
have
2?
four. We already
I
have
meant
four.
2. Should we do 2 just in case?
No,
Okay.
because listen, we got 5.
I'm telling you, bro. He's gonna
6.
have. He's gonna have
You have
Hasbulla or
5'6" at 4, and you have 5'3" at 5.
Bro, he's gonna have
Yeah, so
Hasbulla or
you
some
can't
shit.
be-
man.
Athletes. I'm doing
Yeah, they're doing
Oh,
athletes,
okay. I
so
mean-
they can't be that much lower. They can't
All right,
be
so
that
3?
much lower.
3?
Yeah, but have
Okay.
to be.
All right.
3?
Yeah.
All right. Next up, I have at a tall 5'8", Barry Sanders.
That has to be 2.
Mhm.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's 2.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Who's number
All
1?
right. And your tallest player on the list at number 1, standing at 5'5", is Earl Boykins.
All right, but okay.
All right, so
Mm-hmm.
you have number 1, standing at 5'5", Earl Boykins. At number 2, standing at 5'8", you have Barry Sanders. At
Yeah.
number 3, you have 5'7",
We got it all right.
and
so
Manny
that last one, yeah.
Pacquiao. And then Mighty Mouse, you have at 5, Mysterio 4. So,
2 to 4, 2 to 5 is great.
no.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, yeah, I guess.
3 to 5.
I mean we'll take that. Out. That's
You would
okay.
just have to
Yeah.
move everyone up from 4 and then put Earl Boykins at the
Yeah,
bottom. So you didn't do terrible until the end.
Yeah, it is.
All right, short case.
So the New York Knicks, they win the NBA Cup.
Let the confetti fly.
It shit's annoying to me as a Knicks fan, but
Why?
well, I mean, because I like that they won the. It's some games
Yeah.
still, whether there was an NBA Cup or not, they still have to win those games.
Yeah.
I just don't like. I'm glad that they're not hanging the banner. I'm glad that the Knicks are doing their part with that.
Okay.
Because the Knicks, it's like I said, bro. It's since the Cold War, they have not won a fucking a championship, bro. Like a real one, like a an actual NBA championship, I can't celebrate this. Like,
why not?
I mean, like I get like the
You
Lakers
got
and
to
the
celebrate
Bucks.
something, goddamn.
Well, of course, but I'm gonna celebrate that my team is good and they're in good standing right now. They're getting healthy and the chemistry is starting to become,
This
really
New York
good.
pride is fucking. You guys,
But
are
it's
too
not.
proud.
If the Knicks were already champions, I would have a different opinion on this. But
Because I think what it is the aesthetic, right? We get to the Garden. I think that looking at that one NBA Cup banner,
it's gonna be like, all right, man.
Wow.
Especially if we hang that and we don't win the NBA championship this year, that's all we have out of this year.
It would be wild. You know what I mean? Because conference championships is not that many. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, division championships.
Yes,
not that
like
many.
it's
NBA championships.
yeah, it's wild. So at the end of the day, what was more funny?
LA will hang anything because they got so much
Yeah,
of everything.
but you see what I mean though? Like when the Bucks and the Lakers,
it's too-
when they already have their recent championship banners up. But the Knicks, it's kind of
Lakers
like,
don't even hang conference finals champions.
like let's just get our money. We won, whatever. But the whole fan, like not the whole fan base, but some of this fan base, like, oh my god, this is a great feeling. Like we haven't won in so long. Like we finally got a championship tournament. Like shut up, man. Like the Knicks need to win an actual fucking NBA championship. Shout out to you.
Appreciate
You know who you are, big dog.
Yeah, appreciate
You
you.
know.
Yes. But yeah, no, I mean that's kind of just where I'm at with that.
Okay.
So, what you think, Matt?
Shout out Wemby, man. He I saw a report that his grandmother passed like hours before the game, so
They had him out there
hearts
off
out
the
to
bench.
him. Yeah, that's rough. But shout out the Knicks. They got their little cup.
Well,
There
like
ain't much to
the
it.
fact that
Shout out my boy Darnell. He was hyped.
the Spurs beat the Thunder with Wemby off the bench.
Yo, this might come up later, might not. I don't remember what I have for later. Because he sent this out after
11 o'clock at night last night.
12:01. I went to sleep at like 11:50, and so I saw this at like 8 in the morning because I was
you were cooked.
I was cooked this week, and so I saw this at 8 in the morning. And was like, all right. So I don't remember what I got, but the Atlanta Hawks did for the Spurs what the Clippers have done for the fucking OKC, because the picks that if the Hawks can't turn their season around, Spurs get that pick and can get a top 5-3 player, which the top 5 guys in this draft are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so in the fucking Thunder can do the same. So bro, them two are gonna be running the league for so long. It's gonna be disgusting, man.
Shout out Justin. But real quick, man, kind of just to get to it, man, as y'all kind of
Get to it.
described it pretty well. I'm gonna be honest, man. I mean, I think that, man, it's been a long time since the city won anything. I think that these back and forth feelings that people have about should we or shouldn't we. Just look at how people was reacting outside of the Garden last year, like just in the playoffs.
Just in the second round
Like,
against the Celtics.
come on, bro. Yeah. So like at the end of the day, I think that it's a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do it, just do it. But I like to think about it how I was saying earlier. When you go to the Garden, there isn't a lot up there anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
sadly,
I think that there should be more put into it, so that maybe that's something that make them want to get the next thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
like,
if the Knicks win the championship, I'd love them to hang up both. Now.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, listen, man, all accolades, no matter where we get them from, through employment, through personal endeavor or whatever, after we get them and we look at them and shit, we put them in a drawer. So at the end of the day, that rafter don't mean nothing. So get that shit up there. Maybe that inspires the you know what I mean?
That's a fair point.
That's what I'm
I was
saying.
gonna say, in my life insurance career, all my plaques are in the fucking in a box.
You get me? Like, real talk. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, look at that. Like, it might inspire even the crowd to bring more energy or something like that. Who knows, man? But what was more funny was, I don't know if it was AI or what, but
I know what you're about to say.
the Josh Hart
thumbs
up.
Yeah, it's funny. While we're sitting here, I don't know if I swiped left.
Nah, it's real because Josh Hart he posted a tweet that said "caught in 4K." Damn.
And then it says Josh Hart was. This was a fan page, like a joke page. Yeah. Josh Hart has been suspended 5 games for his act on Jalen Brunson.
And then they said and then they had Jalen Brunson out for the next game with like a fucking rectal tear or something.
Something with 1,000 years of death.
Bro, and this is kind of like, and I don't know why this is inspiring this conversation, but this is why not him getting poked in the ass, but their chemistry the Knicks have, I love. Like I think,
bro.
Like especially the relationship with Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson, man. There's some fucking clowns.
Shout out Robert Soto Jr.
And they keep it light. Like I mean, after when the Knicks lost in the playoffs last year and they went partying that night, as bad as of a look as that is, I like it because like these guys, they love each other.
Yeah,
They're
they
building
together.
Yeah, they building the chemistry.
They were
Like
together.
they like to joke.
Clippers,
They're not sitting there just stressed the fuck out and like in their heads. They're really laid back and they're just balling. And I think Mike Brown was the perfect hire for that because Thibs, hardcore sweat, like like pain, grit, and Mike Brown is kind of like. Yeah, like y'all got to get the job done, but we're gonna have a little bit of fun while we're doing it, which has been his best asset, but has also been his worst asset because he's had teams that needed something different. But I think the Knicks needed this because when you haven't won a championship in 50 years, like it should start like there shouldn't be all this pressure, and he's kind of keeping the pressure. Away at a minimum. But if the Knicks don't win this year, it's gonna oh my god.
Well, I'll tell you the one thing that bothers me. So listen, they should win the East without a question before we move.
Right.
But listen, man, just taking it a little bit. Last night they played Indiana.
Yes.
Him and Nembhard was going at it. What was really cool though, and a little troubling a bit was how he continues to shoot. You know what I mean? Even when his legs are not with him.
Yeah.
He did hit the 3 to kill the end the game and take the 1-point lead. But the shots before that was kind of crazy to kind of see him still willing to take these shots. You know what I mean? Not have his head up to like look for that pass and shit like that. So it was cool that he was able to bail them out at the end.
Right.
But
it almost buried them though.
Yes.
That's
I'm looking to see what the next iteration is in the late game ball play, you know what I mean, aside from you know what I mean, just force feeding Brunson. But listen, man, they got the dub. So you know what I mean? That's me just you know what I mean.
We're about 30 games into the season.
Mm-hmm.
What's your hottest take so far? We're 30 games in.
The Pelicans need to get rid of Zion.
Okay.
I
don't think that's the hottest take in the world, but
it might not be, but I think they need to get rid of not just Zion.
They need to grab a big ass. They need to get a big ass broom and.
I think they should just build around Trey Murphy, Derek Queen. Derek Queen's once he started getting minutes, that motherfucker been balling. He had a 30-point triple double recently too. He went crazy. I think you just need to fucking get a fresh start. Get Zion at some. He's not injured right now. Get him at some value, or realistically, y'all in his contract clause you can cut him, but let's not try to do that.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, but I feel like
because I'm sure he shows up every day and he's
they're like 6-22.
Yeah,
they need a fucking restart, man. This is just pathetic at this point. I know it's not a hot take, but I'm just over it, man. I'm over it.
That's very fair. What you got, Kevin?
So for me, man, me and Matt was talking about this a little bit before you came into this. So listen, y'all see this. So listen, we was talking about this a little bit.
I try to ignore it, and then
it just
that makes a little comment, and I'm just like, fuck.
Bro,
and I know that because like I be going through that shit.
Yeah, you know
but it's like that immediately puts attention to it, and I just my brain's just like, man, laugh at that.
Wait for him to call.
He's
about to call.
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying. But yo, what I wanted to say is, listen, man. So far in the season, so listen, man. First and foremost, shout out to being able to do League Pass for a certain amount of money a month, right? Shout out to that, right? Because at the end of the day, I've been able to take in more games than I usually do for this.
Yeah, with the split screens.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm literally,
especially with so many games on all these platforms.
Yes, bro. I'm usually, literally, as we talk through this season, I'm usually like gearing up right now, but like catching bits and pieces of shit, right? But what I will say 30 games in is that I literally look forward to the development of the Utah Jazz.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that shit.
I literally...
Keontae's going off.
Keontae.
Ace Bailey's getting his fucking feet underneath him.
However you say his name. You know what I mean?
Defensive,
I'll give you the French
monster,
joint. C'est bon. That mean good. But also with Lorman,
Filipowski's been okay.
Filipowski is hooping. Laurie is
out.
out.
They're gonna trade Laurie for a whole bunch of shit.
He's out right now. So
Walker Kessler is gonna come back.
And it's
they should have traded him. But
what they can do with a little more reps. You know what I mean? Seeing Ace
like
Bailey,
that.
not just springboard and everything, like actually
methodical thing.
Yes, exercising some patience. It's going to be a problem, man. Cavante, man, is a little monster.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? Like,
dog.
yeah, man. So it's
and that's why, like, when Will Hardy got fucking I had to look up his name, but when Will Hardy got hired as the Jazz coach, he's a very analytical, very he's a numbers guy, and I love that for the Jazz because they got a lot of guys with talent, and it's kind of like how I felt about the Magic a couple years ago, the Pistons a couple years ago, is that they just need the right culture. They need the right head coach. And with the Jazz, they have a whole bunch of guys that can do a bunch of different shit.
Yeah, and
you just gotta kind of like make it work numbers wise.
Yeah, numbers is what the younger actually understand more than the plays. It's easier to listen. I got
because a lot of people like
shout out my boy with WTD Bricks that we're gonna have him one of these days, right? He ain't in the I don't think in, but shout out because he brought this to my
shout out to all you guys. Like we thought we were gonna get 0 viewers, 0 fucking likes, 0 nothing, but you guys are we love you guys.
We
Thank
appreciate y'all, man. But listen, man, and kind of looking at this, man, me and my boy been having a really good conversation. I can't wait to kind of let the world in, you know what I mean, have it on pod, right? Because the ill thing is what he hit me to is he's a regular hooper right now too, is that like guys actually understand that better now. Like they actually understand more of, listen, man, I need you to shoot. I need 5 from you right here. You understand what I'm saying? Like literally, they gonna work throughout the game to make sure that they get
to that
get
spot,
you 5 from here. You understand what I'm saying? Some of it has diminished the actual availability on defense, but this is why we're able to have better offensive players through the analytics. And I think they're actually understanding the analytics.
Yeah, and I think with basketball these days, I'm not saying defense doesn't matter, but I think
it does.
Most importantly, I think you gotta configure your offense before you configure your defense because it's just such a high offensive league right now.
I feel like
what my boy gonna say? Hold on, what you gonna say?
Well, I feel like the Thunder's a perfect example. If you need to balance both perfect.
Of course.
I know you were going to. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not. So
it has to be, bro.
Yeah, but don't.
Because they're the perfect
I know,
example.
but don't think I'm saying like defense has to be neglected.
No.
Like fuck defense. I just think like in a high offensive league, the offense is something that you to figure out first.
Before I let you go, man, I want to tell you this. No, that is not true at all.
Okay.
Only because
it's our argument for that.
Yes, listen, you got it. Because you gotta have defensive instincts in you first. Like I'm talking about, that has to be a part of your nature. It has to be innate for you to not want to let somebody cook you how you trying to cook somebody.
And real quick, let me restart that, and then we can get going on the argument because I'm getting on this
real talk. Like that has to be. Listen, bro.
I know. I'm trying to think of shit to keep this argument pumping.
Because that gotta be a part of it, bro. Like because if I'm gonna be offensive, my offense ain't just good enough. Like you understand what I'm saying? For me to just cook you. You understand what I'm saying? Like. Where do I get off at? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I have to be able to gnaw on some gangster shit. Where am I stopping you at to keep the eyes on what I'm doing to you offensively?
And realistically,
like, it has to be that.
If you look at the last every championship ever, I can't think of
a
like
team that won without a defense.
where they didn't have a top 3 to 5 defense in the league. I can't think of the last champion,
bro.
That's fair.
There's no way around.
I mean, and like I said, my thing is I'm not trying to shit on defenses or say defense or offense is more important than defense.
Look, KD jersey talking about
KG.
I mean KG. Excuse me. Talking about defense, no defense.
I'm not saying that though. You're missing the point of what I'm actually trying to say. I just think when you're building a team, you build like a team like the Utah Jazz. You build like obviously a team like the Knicks and shit like that. They need to have their defensive stones in order first. But a team like the Jazz that are trying to develop this young core, young everything, you want to establish that offense and then get defenders to fill in the voids that are left on defense.
Here's a better example rather than Thunder, because Thunder are a high class.
Because defense, and my bad, I don't mean to cut you off, but like when it comes to defense, like in the league today, it's like you're either a good defender or not. It's very hard to become a good defender over time. We see more examples of like players that come into the league without defense never developing.
It's a mental because
Andrew Wiggins was a shit defender when he came.
I know, but there's
it's a mental commitment.
And he's a shit defender today, but I get in the middle.
But it's a mental commitment to your athletic ability that you already have. What are you talking about? Like,
of course, but we've seen multiple players just not be
able to. Some people don't have the IQ for it, but they have the body for it.
Yes, like when you talk, like if the coach, and then again, we're talking about the NBA where we're talking about analytics. If I'm telling you that I need you to get 15 of these for me. Yeah. Some of them dudes ain't wired enough to make sure that same commitment to the 15 that you getting on this side to stop you from getting.
But that's what I'm saying. You're proving my point though, because what I'm saying is just some players just don't learn that shit.
Here's one thing. You don't need everybody on the. I almost said field on the court to be a good defender. I know. I almost said court earlier. What you need is your couple of really good defenders, and then everyone else to put 100%.
That's all it is.
They might be bad defenders.
And that's what I'm saying.
As long as they're putting the effort. So here's another example that's closer to the.
So we kind of have like a decent middle ground in this.
The Pistons much closer. So 3 years ago, no defense, all offense, really young
Yeah.
team. You thought they were going to be great off bat.
Of course.
I said 3 years, they're going to be great. They need that one piece on defense. They need to solidify their offense. That's them right now.
And then
Exactly.
what they did was
exactly.
what I said.
So,
They developed their offense
it's-
and then they filled in the holes with
Exactly.
on their defense.
It's part of both of what we're saying. And so the Jazz have, other than Walker Kessler, have no defensive pieces.
No.
I feel like Ace Bailey can be a really good defender. He's super long, super
Yeah, and he's always trying to block.
And
like
he's trying to get the
That's a
block
player
from
that I
James
can
Block
see over
always.
time. Yeah.
And so I feel like if they can maybe draft one more really good defender and then just let this offense grow over 3 more years, this team is going to be the Pistons in a few years.
Yeah,
But,
and I like that take. That was different.
Mhm.
Different.
No,
No,
Maximo,
but,
shout out you.
so my hot take is, listen, guys, and this might not be the hottest take. I don't know where people are at with the Cleveland Cavaliers, but I think
Oh, yeah.
I
I'm
don't
talking
believe
about them next.
Come on, 2 times.
Yeah,
I'm talking about them
I
next.
get the 2 claps.
Yeah, 2
No,
times.
I don't believe in the Cavs. I think honestly,
Oh, yeah.
Heard him?
I think they're. I just
no,
think,
we don't, y'all. No,
I
we
think
don't.
they're a broken team, man. I think this Cleveland Cavaliers team is broken. I don't know how you fix it, even with all them players being 110% healthy. It's just they don't even seem like they got the fucking chemistry when they are on the court. Something's blocking Evan Mobley from taking the next step to really being the glue and holding this team down. Donovan Mitchell, as often as I say he's inconsistent, he can only fucking do so much when you have, again, Mobley can't take the next step for whatever reason. Darius Garland can't stay on the court and be good on the court when he's on the court. Jared Allen's a non-factor. They have a lot of good depth pieces, but then at the end of the day, they have so many different rotations with depth. They still have not figured that out. I like that Tyson has emerged on the scene. Merrill has, but even Sam Merrill's having his own injury issues. Lonzo Ball, you can't really depend on him too much.
He shoots 28%.
Yes,
of
his
the field.
defense. He's playing good D.
He's playing great defense,
Yeah.
but his offense is non-existent.
And what I love is that you look at someone like J.B. Bickerstaff, and I love Cavs coach Atkinson. That's his name.
Yes.
Good. He's been there. Been in the NBA for a while, but this is like what happens. Like J.B. Bickerstaff had this team clicking chemistry-wise
I don't know.
too.
That shit threw me off.
And now he's the coach of the Pistons, and you just see how well they're fucking. Because all they needed was just someone to lock in their chemistry.
Yes.
J.B. Bickerstaff is a very
They just
underrated
didn't need
coach.
Monty Williams. That's all it was.
Yeah. Which was crazy.
Yeah.
They threw the bag at him and just ate that.
Nah, he got like $100 million between the Suns and them, or something like that.
He don't even
And
give a
he
fuck
only-
about what's going on
He
here.
only coached like 3 total seasons.
He's just out there living his life, man. Like, you don't give a shit. But yeah, I can't believe in the Cavs. I thought they were going to be a juggernaut coming into the league, but just nothing I've seen.
I felt like it was going to be the 3 at the top of the East were the Pistons, the Knicks, and the Cavs, and the Cavs are sitting at the East. It's fucking pathetic.
And it's like Donovan Mitchell, he needed to score 48 points for them to beat the Wizards.
Yeah, the Wiz.
Like, they needed that
worst
48.
team in the league.
They needed that 48 for them to win. Like, last game, he put up 32 in a loss to the Bulls. A Bulls team that's been struggling fucking mightily in every fucking thing that they've done lately.
Yeah, 11
so,
and 15.
yeah, man. I mean, it's just what it is. I think they'll be playing, or maybe they'll jump up to the 4th, 5th, or 6th seed. But I think in the playoffs, they're gonna get fucking creamed.
Light's too bright.
And then we're
They're gonna
gonna
get
come right back to the conversation of which they should have done. I mean, granted, he had the toe surgery, which kind of ruined it all. I think he was gonna get traded if he didn't have that toe surgery. But everything that they've built, it seems it's just sailing down a fucking river.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how they fix that. I just don't know. So
Yeah, I agree. I have nothing against that take at all. I think that we've been watching it before our very eyes. Like, so listen, man, let's not act like we're not 135 episodes in, right?
we are a lot of episodes in.
Listen, man, to be
Shout
honest,
out to y'all.
yeah, man, thank you. You know what I mean?
If we was getting 0 views, we wouldn't be this far. So
like, real
thank you.
talk, man. So make sure that y'all go back and check, right? Because we've been hinting at what's been going on with this whole Cleveland team every time the lights are on the Cleveland
Right.
team. But what we're seeing now is that the early season lights, right? It shows that they are not built for the long haul like they look like they were
Because they
the year before.
we
right?
know at some point they might hit a stride and they're gonna win a few games with talent
They're
alone.
gonna rip them
but
off. They're gonna rip them off.
It's just
but
the chemistry. You
it's
can't
no
build
good.
that over a season. There's
It's
not
no
enough time over a season to build that true chemistry.
yeah,
that's
good
needed.
individual stats, no cohesion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because, like, for
But I feel
example,
like where did the cohesion go is the question. They had it.
Mhm.
It was there. Until like 3 quarters into the season last year, They were the
Well,
best
they
team
were
in
running.
the league.
They were
The Thunder had a
bro.
crazy run at the end to really boost them up.
Yeah.
But it was the Cavs all the way up to like All-Star break.
And we were saying it on the episodes, like, I'm surprised because I thought this Garland Mitchell thing wasn't going to work, and then it was working. Jared Allen was doing his thing. I mean,
Evan Mobley took that jump last year.
And he's still a great defender. He's still playing up
from
points
last
and
year to
shit.
this year, it's almost identical.
Yeah.
So it's
Because
like there's
they
no
are
more.
what they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said,
There's
I
no
don't
more
know
movement.
I don't know what's preventing him, but like they gotta
Max
figure
Strus
that out.
hasn't played yet this year. That's what's happening.
So what's your? That might have been my answer.
That
But what-
was mine. It fucking cooked me when you started saying.
Do we
it.
need to
Yeah.
do a biggest disappointment or?
No.
Because your take would be the only one that's because.
No, we're fine.
All right, cool. So would you rather?
Shout out
So-
Dylan Holt for joining.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna put this Oklahoma City Thunder team up against some of the greatest teams of all time, and all you gotta say is, would you take that team over that team? All right. So the first team.
Man, I don't like these, bro.
You don't?
Yeah, but let's go.
Oh, because you think we're gonna.
So
because
wait,
he thinks we're gonna say
real
some
quick,
crazy shit.
real quick. What's the? Is it this era or that era?
Like, well, it's just, would you take this team over that team? That's just
so fucking like.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, bro. Like,
It's such depending on
yeah.
era.
And
man.
who are they playing? What team are they playing? And what area are they from?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's let it rip.
That's the point.
Let's let it rip. Me and Cam, because you're not going in. It's me and him doing this, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give
All
my
right,
input
so me
and
and
shit,
Cam might
right?
argue on a few of these, and I don't want to.
Yeah. No, it's okay because you know that's my boy. I appreciate it. Because
I gotta get Kem angry at some point.
no, not today. It's a good day.
It's a good day.
It's raining outside.
But it's
Fuck
a good
that.
day, right?
But it's a good day for us, man. In Stew, man.
Unless there's a hole in the roof. No, I'm just playing. That would be tough. That
It would
be
go
wicked.
through 4 fucking ceilings to
Yeah,
get to
like
us.
4 floors.
All right. So boom. So like I said, the rules of this, it's gonna always be today's OKC,
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna just give you a team
from some era.
From the
from whatever.
From
And
some
okay.
era.
And you gotta tell me which team you think would win in the game. I don't care about the era. I don't care about none of
In
that
one
shit.
game or 7-game series?
These guys.
7-game series.
Okay,
Seven
7-game
Wow.
series.
Wow.
7-game series.
Why I
Why
don't-
are you doing this?
I don't give a shit about that era shit. I don't want to hear one of your answers.
If
Being,
that-
well, if the eras were different,
That's
it's
huge.
important. It is.
Very good.
It is. But I think to stand the
Because
test.
the Warriors in this era is smoking most of those 90 teams in this era. The Warriors in that era might get cooked by almost all of those 90 teams.
Yeah.
So like,
All right,
Defense
so
is going to win out right
this
away.
year's or this version of OKC and the version of the Chicago Bulls that won their first 3 championships, not the last 3, the first 3 without Rodman.
They were great too. What you
I
talking
know.
they had horse.
I know they won 3 championships. Yeah, they're great.
about?
All
Yeah.
3
Yeah,
teams?
that's just
Well,
Bill
it's-
All
Carter.
3
you know,
years?
That's just he just
the
saying that
similarities.
era.
Yeah,
that era,
but
that dynasty of the Bulls, that era of the
Yeah.
Bulls.
yeah, but some players change. So
And
it's tough to say.
OKC only got 1 championship.
That's fine, but
How
they're
are they
really,
gonna
You
beat?
put up
they're a
against
really good team.
3 years worth of playing. I have to go to the Bulls. Come on,
Okay.
3 years worth of playing.
I-
You got to pick one team.
Okay, the third ring that they got, the last one before Jordan retired.
Oh, I'm still picking the Bulls.
Still picking the Bulls. That's fair.
Sorry, son.
I think that would have been the only time.
Any
that-
Jordan team, I'm picking them over the
That's fair.
Thunder.
I
The only
think-
team I'm picking over that is maybe like the 01 Lakers and then the 2017 Warriors.
Y'all
just
can kill
'cause
me.
they're ridiculous.
Well, because the next one's gonna be
Because I want to say something. But go ahead. I
yeah,
wanna-
the next one's gonna be the Rodman Bulls. I think that was a clear setup for that. But I think I would take OKC over the first Bulls.
Tell me why.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
just-
want to know.
I think, you know, when you look at it, when they had Jordan and Pippen and they had all the great role players, Horace
Right.
Grant, they had all that good shit. I just think the Thunder from 1 to 10, I think they would have had a lot of answers for that. Not
And
Jordan.
that's where you're
Not
wrong.
hold on. Let me finish.
That's where he's
Maybe,
wrong.
maybe
Right
not
away.
Jordan. Jordan's gonna get his
fuck?
no matter what, 30, 40, whatever the fuck points he's gonna get. But I like the Thunder as a whole.
What are you talking about? So just because he look, nah, I'm not gonna let him do
Clickbait.
it.
Nah, bro, I'm not
Shout out Phil. He tried to clip for me real quick.
Clip
But
farm.
I'm not, bro.
Sure.
I'm not, bro.
But hold
Dead-
on.
you know what? I'm dead ass.
No.
Rage bait. Rage
No, so
bait.
listen, what I will say is this. Now this is so that's the part that we have to actually really inject in this, right? When it comes down to these series, my guy, it's going to be a personality that's going to dominate in these series, right? Like OKC has an identity now, which is they're going to pressure you on defense, right?
Right.
But they have Shea as their lead star, right? But the way that Shea plays basketball too, right? He can drag you. But I'm talking about he imposes just through his play, not through like anything else, through just like his play.
I think it'll be a 7-game close series, but
but listen, bro, you talking about the Bulls that had Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Ron Harper. You understand what I'm saying? Like John Paxson, Steve Kerr. Like, we're going to Paxson.
I think the Thunder defense is trying everyone down besides Jordan.
What the fuck? That's the defensive Bulls. That's the defensive Bulls. Rodman only added rebounds to the Bulls.
I don't give a fuck what era it's in. I think that game is getting capped out at like 92 to 95.
What?
Like both, because the defense on both sides is
95
ridiculous.
Thunder.
Oh, son. Bro. Oh my God.
The Thunder would be the ones
He's
that
a dickhead.
Yeah, he's trying. It ain't gonna work.
Hey.
We're on live.
So
I'm gonna make us some money.
The Bulls, the Bulls with Rodman. The
Shout
Bulls
out
with
music
Rodman.
to him.
The Bulls who?
The Bulls with Rodman.
I'm going the Bulls
Yes.
again.
Yeah,
Jordan
I would
was
take
even
them
more
this time.
dominant.
Yes.
And then you had Rodman.
And then you got
Yeah.
more pressure
Like cool
that is
coach, Kerr.
yes.
Yeah.
What's created off of just
I'm on your
Rodman's
side here.
energy.
I'm on your side here.
People didn't even want to touch Rodman, so Rodman could actually.
Rodman would give hell to Chet.
I just think when it comes to the Bulls and that time too, absolute like even more unbeatable than they already were.
They can barely take Draymond Green. Rodman would box you out. I'm talking about the
Just
NBA. The era. This era can barely take Draymond Green.
But the Thunder wasn't a part of that era that couldn't take Draymond. Draymond Green's
I'm talking about
now.
No, not with his style of play. He could still
I'm just saying.
We're talking about the mentality.
Yes.
Like Draymond's mentality.
I don't know, man. I don't know if we just
Rodman's mentality is like Draymond on crack.
Yes, like we're talking about sports,
That might be
my guy.
literal.
Have you ever did something where you're going mano against somebody? No, I'm being real. I'm asking a serious question right now. So you understand that I don't give a shit how big you are, what you look like. It's about what you're thinking about.
Yeah.
No, I'm being dead serious.
I don't want to know.
Bro, I'm on your side on this one. The Bulls.
So no, you just said something about
Draymond.
Yes, about
Draymond. The Draymond part, my bad.
Yes, the part of what Draymond brings is how he can disrupt your game and how you're so patterned. You know what I mean?
I'm saying today where the Thunder are fucking thriving, I don't think that shit matters.
What do you mean? Casey Wallace is a baby version of Draymond Green without being as
So what he's saying is
every team
he doesn't prime Draymond.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying now.
This Thunder didn't
like
have to worry about
Draymond.
Draymond.
Yeah, they were.
That's what I'm saying.
They didn't like.
So
he
he drove me off course just by making a
I was
he's
just saying, no,
agreed with you.
they didn't cross paths.
Yeah, but
I agree. Like if it's gonna come up.
Okay,
mediator, guys.
Thank you, man, because he drove me off course just
Shout
for the
out
comment.
Alexander.
I got kept going with the
yes,
bullshit.
he drove me off course. I'm like, wait a minute.
Success.
He was just waiting for you to say dumb shit. That's what he was saying.
Yes, because I'm like, wait a minute. There is no team that could win without that type of thing.
All right, so we went with the Rodman Bulls. All right, so the LeBron James Miami Heat. So let's do the time that they had Ray Allen.
So you want to hear something really?
So 2013.
Yeah.
So listen, you want to hear something really, really ill? So listen, y'all know that I am also holding on to my youth when I am talking about the 90s Bulls, right?
Of course.
Right? That is a
That's why I'm glad we're off that now.
Right?
We're off that now.
Listen, y'all, that is my youth. But some of the best team ball that I was able to literally witness as an adult, right? And actually playing basketball and all of that. Miami, are you fucking crazy?
Well, you know who had better team ball in that same time was the Spurs.
Yes. No. That was a totally appreciated. But I'm talking about like you got Chris Bosh, LeBron
the
James.
cohesiveness between
How do you get those 25 a night guys to actually work together with a potent Ray Allen in the corner?
You think they would take the OKC out back?
Just sitting
shit, fuck the 25 a night. LeBron and D-Wade before that season were averaging 30 each.
Yes,
yeah.
You understand that?
You think they're taking OKC out back?
I don't know. No, I'm just saying. So I just had a nostalgia moment on watching good basketball and how they played.
Because my thing with Miami
is
Miami played with their food a little bit.
James Jones, but that year they were locked in. It was 2014 when they came back from after beating the Spurs, where they fucking plummeted.
Yeah,
still made it to the finals.
Don't forget, like without that Ray Allen shot, we're not even talking about that.
Yeah, but without the 16 points in a row by LeBron right before, we're not talking about it.
Yeah, of course.
That was a team effort.
No, I'm not saying that's a shit on Brown. I'm saying that as the team.
If it wasn't for the offensive rebound by Chris Bosh, it wouldn't have.
Yeah, like that team as a collective came down to. I would say OKC only because I think their defense could not stop LeBron, but it would be like what Kawhi did.
But you got D-Wade too.
Of course.
And you got
But then when you say that, like OKC, they got Jalen Williams, they got Chet, they got like
all right. So for me, what I'm gonna say is this is really close.
You know, I
don't think it comes down to defense because that Miami defense is really good. I'm taking OKC because their bench is way better than Miami's bench.
It has to be that kind of thing.
By that point of Ray Allen came off that bench, but then you got old players off that bench. You got other than
fuck, you're right.
Cole,
you're right.
Yeah. There was no young guys off that bench. It was old men.
The only thing I was thinking about with Miami is that I feel like Chris Bosh would murder Shaq.
Off this fucking bench, off the OKC bench, you got Cason Wallace. Well, sometimes he starts, but it's him or Dort. You got Alex Caruso. Yeah. You got fucking Isaiah Joe.
Now, what you're saying,
the collective beats the collective.
And that's why I said the collective. And I'm not going to bring that back.
Go ahead. You think that collective beats the Bulls collective?
The first Bulls collective, yes. Because they weren't as strong as they were in that second. And obviously, they won 3 rings, so obviously they're strong. But I like the second 3 that the Bulls won more than I like the first 3.
That's crazy because you're more current and you're more alive.
Well, I mean, I just think when it comes to this, I think the OKC.
You're more current and you're more
I think
alive.
OKC would have an easier time overwhelming that first Bulls team than they would have the second Bulls team.
That's more of the dog.
I know, and you could be right.
Jordan was younger in
that was more of the dog.
So what's our final answer on the Heat?
I'm going Thunder.
Yeah,
Thunder.
I'm going Thunder.
Okay, I think I will. I mean, the only thing I can
think about. They got beat
about,
2 of those 4 years.
Yeah, because you got to think they're
going
going to suppress. They're not going to stop LeBron, but they're going to suppress him enough, like Kawhi did in the past. I think D Wade's gonna.
It's gonna come down to matchups.
I do
you got Shea versus Chalmers. They'll probably put D Wade on it, but then
put Shea on Braun.
No,
shout out Santa Claus. It is that time of
combination of the two. Yeah,
but you got D Wade and Shea because Chalmers.
A lot of it will come down to what D Wade and Chris Bosh do.
J-Dub and LeBron. Yeah. You got Dort out there just guard whoever he needs to guard. You got fucking Chris Bosh and Chet, and then Hartenstein versus Haslam.
Okay.
It's like. Ugh.
So what about the Cleveland? This is for you, LeBron James and Cleveland Cavaliers.
I might take that team over any team, almost any team. I don't
really?
know. I just love that team. It's
like what you said, man. I think the Cavs they got the.
Nah, I'm taking the Thunder.
Yeah, I think the Cavs got a little lucky in that run. But I mean, obviously Kyrie,
back-to-back
LeBron
40-point games.
Yeah, I mean
the shot, the block. So many iconic moments.
Yeah, he had to do a lot.
They had
a lot
to win it.
Yeah, he had to do a lot.
And then Draymond gets suspended. A lot had to happen for that to happen. It's still one of the greatest rings of all time. One of, if not the greatest.
That's when it was like 40, 38, 42, 38, 40.
41, 41.
Yeah.
The first 41 game, Kyrie also had 40 points in it.
Kevin Love had to have some great defensive
sequences.
The greatest
defensive sequence at the back end of that last game ever. But
okay,
the Thunder is just a better one.
The collective is great.
All right, so the Shaq and Kobe Lakers.
Which one? 01? Yeah. Shaq and Kobe Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, I think like just that duo alone, I think they beat a lot of great teams. I mean, like you could say the collective of the Thunder. I always watch you struggling. Start recording.
No, I just feel like fuck the rest of the team. And this might be stupid mindset. First off, all of the pieces on that Lakers team were defensive fucking menaces.
Yeah.
But then also, you just take Shaq and Kobe. That is 65 points on the board.
I think
there.
Kobe is brutalizing Shea. I know Shea's a great defender and all, but I think Kobe's murdering Shea.
Why isn't Mike murdering Shea though?
Oh,
talk that shit.
I think when I mentioned.
Why?
No, because I mentioned when we talked about that, I said Jordan's like. He's getting his. That's
I understand that you're literally biased based on.
How am I biased?
No, listen. I understand that.
Michael Jordan's my guy.
I know that you're literally biased.
I don't know why. So my thing is like
saw in your living room versus the actual clips that you would be able to.
But when it comes to Jordan, I shouldn't have to say that he's going to dominate Shea. It's just a given.
No, you should.
Oh, okay.
Because it doesn't sound like you're.
Well, I mean, because people don't appreciate Kobe's defense like they appreciate
people
Jordan's
don't appreciate Kobe at all nowadays.
But we know.
So I mean, if you want me to say it on camera, Jordan would destroy Shea too.
So then what
I really do.
What else happens in that series to make you think they beat the Bulls?
Yes.
I mean, it's the collective of the Thunder against the collective of the Bulls. I think the collective of the Thunder is better than that team.
Who was on that Bulls?
He just told
Harper, Kerr, like Morris, like
you just told me that you could get 65 from
Kobe and Shaq.
Kobe and Shaq. What do you think you're getting out of Pippen and Jordan? And just nobody.
Well, but that's the thing is like I do think the Thunder defense will be good against Pippen. Like
I'm just gonna go back to the last time.
because the way
The
way they play passing lanes, the way
So the one thing I will say that I feel like the Lakers in this instance have
That's my guy.
the one up that the Lakers have over every team we have named is so the Thunder only have two bigs,
Yep.
Chet and Ihart.
Yep.
After that, it's like Usman J and Jay Will, but they're all like 6'10" and under, and they're
Yes.
not big 6'10s.
Mm-hmm.
So once Shaq gets them into foul trouble,
Oh
with
yeah,
the
I
bigs,
think I'm taking the
it's
Lakers.
gonna
here.
be tough for them to
I'm
recover.
taking the Lakers here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shaq at his dominance
38
puts
13.
everybody in trouble.
Because that's
Everybody's
like
scared.
I think the Thunder's biggest test is going to come from a team like the Spurs once they finally figure out who that big guard is next to Wemby. Because they haven't really faced a team that's just consistently down your throat like the Lakers would be consistently down their throat. I think it would overwhelm the shit.
Wow.
Well, because I mean, you kind of saw it in the finals against the Pacers. The Pacers, with their fast-paced offensive
Shout
game,
out Raptor.
when the Indiana Pacers were consistently down OKC's throat, when it was trouble for him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think once a team consistently does that to him in a year in year out basis, I think that'll be the test for OKC.
And I think what you need is too just a team that plays
Yeah.
perfect team defense. The Pacers were doing that against them last year.
Yeah.
In the finals.
And the last one I got, and this might be an easy one, this might be not so easy, but I got the Kevin Durant Warriors. And the reason why I say it is because you got to remember their depth wasn't as good as it was.
The 2017
without KD.
was. The 2018 and 19 were not.
Yeah.
2017 Warriors, if it's that specific team I'm picking them. If it's 2019 with fucking Cousins and
Yeah.
JaVale McGee.
And this is where Draymond comes into play. You didn't let me, get to this point because this is where Draymond comes into
Right.
play. Because you have the offensive juggernaut of Steph, Clay, and KD, but what it comes down to is what Draymond's going to be able to do.
And
So,
KD's defense that season particularly.
He was like top.
Because he got to
top
focus
10.
on it.
Yes.
And then, because that's the thing with basketball is like if you have a good enough team around you, you can be able to play defense because you don't have to go as hard on the offensive end. So
Yeah.
So I 2017 Warriors is probably the
that was a great segment.
team to pick.
That was a great segment. Do you guys want to end the show there?
So yeah, we can. But I just want to do one last thing before we go, if you don't mind.
Trying to
Right?
stop loss king.
Stop loss king. Peace. Listen, man.
Shout out to you guys. Thank you.
Yes, man.
Hell yeah.
Everybody, man. We have definitely been enjoying the love, man, as well as bringing it to y'all, man. But what I wanted to say real quick before we get out of here is make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and join the conversation.
Consistency.
I love you. I was expecting like a whole like a hot take or
Well, because
something.
he's looking at us. One thing I want to.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. Leave some feedback. Let your friends know because we ain't going nowhere. It's been 3 years on and off, but we're on now. We have a lot of things coming your guys' way. So we have obviously we're gonna be covering football for the rest of the season. We're covering basketball. We're gonna do something separate for baseball. I'm locking into that. We're still talking about doing some non-sports stuff. We're gonna have a lot of stuff for you there. When it comes to video games, just us, just talking the shit. Them episodes, you guys love those episodes too. We have a lot going on. There's some other things in the works. So just make sure you guys are on the ride with us. I know the end of this year, the content hasn't been as consistent, but that's because we all got families. We all got shit going on, just like you guys do on the holidays. But 2026 is going to be the year of a different conversation. We have a lot coming. So make sure you guys are here with us. Just not coming with us. Just don't do that. But shout out to Belgium.
I wouldn't let you anyway.
But respectfully, if y'all gonna do it, might as well do it.
Just don't tell us about it. Don't tell us about it. Get on the train. Get the train run on you. We're out of here.
Hey, fuck yo.
What an episode. What a fucking episode.
Yeah, good shit.
I think we did pretty well.
Woo!
Let me go. And that
That was beautiful.
I don't know why it was.